Welcome back, boxing fans. Another great show with Sean on boxing. Today we're covering the woman's greatest boxing card in herstory. Right now, Scottney is fighting Machado. I'm pretty sure this fight is done. I don't understand why it's still on. When I went to walk the dog, this fight was on, and now I came back. On my box rec, it says the fight's over, and I already know who won the fight. Scottney by unanimous decision. But for some reason, this is the fight that's on right now. I was hoping we were going to get close to the Marshall Green fight, but let me know if you guys are on the same time frame as me, or am I behind? Because I don't understand why this fight's still on. But let me know. I just know you'll find a way to shit on Clarissa at some point in this live. Well, I don't need to find a way to shit on Clarissa. She shit on herself because she's not a part of this live. This is the biggest women's boxing card in history, and who's not a part of it? Her. Nothing to do with me. I didn't say she shouldn't be on it. I said she should be on it. The only reason she's not is all because of her, right? So there's no shitting on Clarissa Shields. She's one of the best women boxers in the sport. She should be on this card. It's historical. Why wouldn't she want to be a part of it? She's going to be fighting some unknown Australian girl sometime soon that nobody even knows the date. You don't even know the date. You can't even tell me the name of the opponent she's fighting and when the fight's on, but you're going to cap online. Tank Davis should be on this card. Well, Tank Davis is going to be in jail, so I mean, I don't know what card he's going to be on. Breaking news last night is that he was arrested because of, again, assaulting his girlfriend. So this guy is just trying his damnedest to throw his career away. Now the talk is that the fight between him and Lamont Roach is off. He's not going to fight Lamont Roach, and he's going to be fighting Jake Paul next. I don't think that's true. I think that's old news and just cap. I think the Lamont Roach fight is still happening. As I said, I think the reason it's been so long before the fight's been officially announced is because he's cycling off, right? I see where Shishkin Iglesias is a done deal. That's good news. Whenever you talk about women's fight, Clarissa has to be dragged. Clarissa Shields does her best to drag herself, right? I don't hate on Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is one of the best women boxers of all time. She's not a likable person, but that's all about her and the things she says. She could be a big part of women's boxing, but she alienates herself from the other girls in the sport. That's nothing to do with me. That's everything to do with her. Her fanboys, like you, act as if somehow she's doing historical great things, yet you couldn't name 5 people she fought in her whole career. And you are the same people that will criticize Junto Nakatani's resume, Inui's resume. But you don't even know who the fuck Clarissa Shields fought. But you're going to act like somehow she deserves to be recognized as the number 1 woman in boxing. She doesn't. Right? This is a very equivalent narrative to Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. You might like Bud Crawford better. You may feel he's better. He might even go on to beat Canelo. But at the end of the day, his resume is not as good as Canelo's. And Inui MJ, that's the big one. Inui MJ hitting women in Tank specialty. It is, yes. I don't watch women's boxing at all. All I know is that whenever I hear you talk about it, Clarissa is mentioned. Well, when we talk about boxing, especially women's boxing, how can you not mention Clarissa Shields? The problem with her is most of the time you have to mention her, it's for some negativity that she said on social media, not something she's done in the ring. One of her best opponents, probably her best opponent, is the opponent fighting next against Green, Marshall, right? She should have been fighting Marshall in a rematch, but she doesn't want to go back to the UK to get paid career high money to fight in Marshall's backyard. She'd rather have Marshall come to the US, but why would Marshall do that? It's the same as guys like you who said, and I don't even know why you say this because it doesn't fucking even mean anything. Oh, Callum Smith ducked David Benavidez. What? Why are we talking about Callum Smith when David Benavidez literally just fucking agreed to sign Anthony Yard? Anthony Yard and fucking Smith are like 1A, 1B as far as top contenders in boxing. You fight one, you fight the other. It's a great opponent. But trying to throw Smith under the bus as if Smith has a huge fan base, as if anyone fucking even cares. The irony is the guy that walked away from an $8 million from Turkey to not fight was David Benavidez. But once again, guys like you don't keep the same energy. You never said Benavidez Duck Smith. I never said fucking David Benavidez Duck Smith. Drunk Irishman is in the house. Rooting for Ireland's #1 boxer of all time, Katie Taylor. Can she do it? Can she win the trilogy? I hope she goes out there and dominates. Dominates. Hollow Ninja, what's up, my brother? Have to miss the card because I'm at the theater about to watch the new Superman. I will keep you updated, man. God bless you and the chat. Nice. I'm planning on watching the new Superman this weekend. Either that or the Brad Pitt car racing movie. I heard the car racing movie is better, so I'm leaning towards that. I heard the Superman is the same thing all these comic books are doing, making men look weak, right? And now you're making the Man of Steel look weak, apparently. But let me know what you think after you watch it. Sean, do you think there's a possibility Puello could do enough to beat Matias but get robbed? Well, anything is possible, right? Puello has a very negative style. So, he could win the fight but not be very interesting in it and not get the decision. Funduro also should be on this card. That's true as well. Her and obviously Clarissa Shields, and as well as who's the ESPN girl that does a lot of commentating. Like if you wanted to really have the best card in women's boxing history, you could have had those three ladies as well. Especially, I think Funduro is undisputed as well, so that would have been huge. Clarissa Shields obviously is a world champion at heavyweight. I don't know if she's undisputed right now, but obviously she's right up there. F1, great film. If you like Top Gun Maverick, you will like F1. I heard that. I heard it's a similar type of movie, but that's a formula that works, right? And the men are men and the women are women. The one good thing I heard about the Superman movie is that women have their tits out and are wearing short skirts. And people were commenting that, for Hollywood's been spending the last decade trying to, downplay women's sexuality. So it was nice to see at least James Gunn started to push sexuality again. I mean, how can you do comic book movies and cartoons and not sexualize women? That's the whole basis of comic books. Young boys looking at comic books was because we had sexualized women wearing barely any clothes with their tits and ass out. And as young boys, that was just as much a fucking interest to us as fucking superheroes. Right? But to go away from it, crazy. Brad Pitt's catalog is ridiculous to this point. Brad Pitt's killing it, man. But, that's the thing. I just heard, who's the girl from from Marvel Comics, Black Widow? Her complaining basically about getting older and not getting as many parts because obviously she's older and not nearly as sexy as she once was. But that's just the way Hollywood always has been. That's life in general. Older men pulling good jobs, pulling young ladies, just get better like wine. Women, unfortunately, the majority, some obviously break the mold, but for most of them, that doesn't happen to them. They don't get better like wine. They age terribly. Most, especially after having children. Obviously, that's not always the case with men or women, but, just a rough generalization. But Brad Pitt, he's representing men. Yes, Scarlett Johansson. I mean, I'd still put a shot in her. Don't get me wrong. She's not that old. She still looks damn good. But I know she was just saying something about that. It's like a woman that benefited from sexuality now complaining that she's not getting roles because she's no longer as sexy. That's the typical Hollywood narrative. And I guess fitting for us talking about the best women's boxing card in Herstory. So right now, which fight are you guys watching? I just want to know I'm not too far behind because for some reason it's still the Scotney fight, even though I know the Scotney fight is finished. So I'm just wondering in Taiwan, are we slower than you guys or what's going on? What fight are you watching now? Is there a gap? Are you watching anything, or is there sort of a break in the action right now? Let me know, people. Right now, BoxRec still says three more fights to go. Savannah Marshall versus Shadiah Green. Obviously, that's a great fight. Hopefully, Clarissa Shields takes on the winner of that. Oh, Savannah, fucking round 4. Come on. Then why is top? Come on, Taiwan. What's wrong with you? How's Taiwan still in the Scotney fight? So that means I'm like fucking about 6 rounds plus the break behind. This is tragic. Tragic. I want to watch the Marshall Green fight. See, even on BoxRec and now fucking it's still fucked up. I don't want to resume playing because you guys are fucking me over. Because you're not starting from the right spot. Good evening and welcome to the world. Shut up. It's crazy. So how's Marshall doing? Is she winning? What's up, JD? So right now, come on. That can't even be true. Oh, good. I'm up to date. Thank Christ. Okay. So now I'm watching the fight live. You know, it's weird because I looked at my Netflix on my phone just to see what fight was going on. And then when I turned on my TV, it jumped straight to that point and it wouldn't actually go to where it is now. So Marshall Green, round 5. Who's winning? Who you guys got winning this fight between the two big ladies? East meets West. So they got Marshall up 39-36. I'm not surprised. Obviously, the last round was a good round versus Marshall. I did say in this fight, in my prediction, that Marshall was going to get the knockout win versus Shadiah Green. Overreaction by the ref. That was a stupid point deduction. Where's my prediction? Two big ladies, man. You know, hopefully we can get Clarissa Shields to take on the winner. That would be the perfect storm, right? I mean, if it's Green, that's excellent because that fight you could actually do in the U.S. 2 American fighters. But if Marshall wins, you should do it in the UK because that's where you're going to make the most money, generate the most money. And it also means that Clarissa Shields is going to have to work with fucking Jake Paul, right? Because if you don't work with Jake Paul, how are you going to fund and generate the money to supply this kind of fight? But who do I have? I have Marshall by 8th round TKO. I said Scotney by 10th round. I was wrong. Johnson by SD. Obviously, I was wrong. She won, but she stopped her. Cameron, I had 9th round. Martinez by 7th round. As far as the big girl fights, I got Baumgardner by majority decision and Taylor by split decision. But I'm hoping for more significant victories. But just think about this, man. This card, all women's card on Netflix, promoted by Jake Paul MVP. This is huge, man. This is excellent for women's boxing. Oh, come on, Marshall. Why you have your hands down like that? She got that right hand clean. See, if Green beats Marshall, that sets up a fucking Green Shields fight. Great. 2 women that both beat Marshall. I mean, if Green can do even more decisively beating Marshall, I mean, that's potentially going to build up the biggest opponent in Clarissa Shields' career, which is exactly what she does need. Round six. This card is just breezing by, right? These 2 minute rounds are only 10 minute fights or 10 round fights. It doesn't take long for these fights just cruise. This fight's going to be over before it began, so I hope these women have good gas tanks. High paced, aggressive fight. Nice counter left by Green. Green definitely looks like she's got better gas tank. Marshall looks like she's blowing hard. You gotta establish your jab, Marshall. Don't worry about landing big shots. Just fucking land that consistent shot down the middle. Sade Green is just waiting for her to come in and counterpunching her, catching her coming in. You got her on the ropes while you back up. Hit that body. It's very choppy, eh? Are your videos choppy, guys, or is it smooth? I know with all the people watching, obviously things crashed last time in that Tyson Jake Paul fight. Right now, my video is very choppy. Taylor, let's go, Katie. Do it for the culture. I had to debrief because of a phone call. I know I had asked that question about the Matias Puelo fight. You're going with Matias regarding? Well, I think Puelo can win the fight and still end up potentially losing just because of his very negative and neutral style, right? It might not be something the judges love as much as Matias being aggressive come forward. So we still may think Puelo won the fight, but I can easily see that Matias can win just because of a more aggressive, pushing nature of his style. Here we go, round seven. Marshall's blowing like crazy. Come on, girl. It's only 10 rounds, 2 minute rounds. That's like 20 minutes of boxing. No problem. Fight's getting closer. Marshall gonna need to end big or else end up throwing away the biggest fight of her career. That's why I say establish that jab. I bet $100 on Puelo regardless though. You gotta like the way Sade Green fights. She's much more controlled, more measured, tight, not so loopy and loosey in her shots. Very composed. Doesn't look like she's fucking using as much energy. Olay. You got her on the ropes, but then you don't do anything when you get her there. Double your jab. All you're trying to do is land big power shots she can see from a mile away. These rounds go too fast. They should definitely move women's boxing to 3 rounds because otherwise, there's just not enough tangible fucking substance to the rounds, right? I mean, look at the parallel of Adamas versus fighting Shiraz. Well, but that's not the same kind of fight. Not at all. Not at all. Adamas from the PBC, Dominican fighter, and Turkey screwed him. No. Turkey had nothing to do with it. It was the judges. It's easy to blame it on Turkey, but it is what it is. In boxing, how many times do we get cards that we feel are biased and one sided consistently from every single promoter around the world? Round 8, I think it's even right now according to their cards because I definitely think Green won that last round. Good jab right hand from Green. Went to the body nice. Green is just a better overall fighter, I think, than Marshall. Marshall relies too much on power shots. Yeah, you should put those short shots together when you're inside like that, Marshall. Let your hands work. After getting beat by Shields, what did you come and learn from that fight? Obviously, not too much. You're falling in, allowing her to grab you. Now you're initiating the clinch. You got her on the ropes. You only got fucking 50 seconds. You got to like work. You can't like sit there doing nothing. Yeah, hit that body. Don't smother your work. You're fighting like Sean Porter. Marshall throwing it away. Puelo has never been on the zone. I mean, Matias and Puelo is 50-50 fight on paper, but you would have to think Matias would get the A-side treatment in a competitive fight, not only because of style, but the politics. David, you think too much about stuff. Let's just fucking, maybe it's because you're putting money on it. The reality is Puelo is the fucking champion. Matias already been outboxed, already beaten by the Australian fighter. So there's a clear fucking pattern on how to beat him. The only thing that means something is he going to be better now that the fight's not an IBF fight where he doesn't have to worry about next day weigh-in fucking restrictions? That is potentially the big adjustment. You could see him coming out and being far more aggressive, far more powerful at the WBC as opposed to what he was doing in the IBF. Puelo is Puelo, awkward, long, boring, but definitely a spoiler. Round 9. Can Marshall do anything to fucking turn this around? There you go. Those nice little short shots, but then you still initiate the clinch. They gave Marshall that last round. I thought Green won that last round. What's up, Machado? Welcome to the greatest women's boxing card in herstory. No point worrying about shit now. Fucking the fight's almost over. See, that one? She just moved to the side and brought in her left from real wide outside. That shit landed easy because she used angle, right? The problem with these two women is most of the time they're just standing right in front of each other. No one fucking uses any angles to the side at all. Back up straight. Don't step around. There, move. Angles. Jab to her body. I don't know why. There you go. Big right to the body, jab to the head. This is a better round for Marshall, for sure. Nice left hand from Marshall. That's probably her most effective punch, the short left. Round 9 in the books. Good round for Marshall. I don't think Pueblo is as boring as a lot of slick dudes I've seen, though. He's pretty boring. Credit to him for that. And then the other thing I like about him is he's willing to face the best. Well, I don't know if he's willing to face the best. Who's the best opponent that he's fought in his career? And that might just be the best guys don't want to fight him because he was with the PBC for a long time and he's got a boring, awkward style. Oh, nobody wants to watch women's boxing? These casual American boxing fans all running away. Here we go, round 10. This is for everything. Can America do it, or is this going to the UK? Let's see. Of course, there's urgency. The fight's close. You want to finish big. No big looping shots. Short, compact. See, you slid your arm in there. You don't need to do that. Double up that jab. Yeah, this video is very choppy. You figured Netflix would deal with that, right? Knowing that they're going to get like a shitload of live viewers, especially for the Taylor Serrano fight. That's going to get a lot more people than now. So it's going to fucking just be slowing, choppy, freezing. Nice right hand from Green. See, now Green is bringing it, pushing her back, using her physicality. But why you didn't do that for the whole fight? Green is thick as fuck, man. That woman's back is like this fucking wide. She's a beast. What do you think of the new center the Pacers replaced Turner with? Who did they replace Turner with? I think it's smart to get rid of Turner. Turner was kind of disappointing this year in the playoffs. I think they should have easily won. The problem with him is he's fucking a pussy, plays soft, right? So if you could get good money for him and get him out the door, that's probably better. Siakam was fucking excellent for the Pacers. Obviously, Halliburton was great, uh, but they need somebody that's more aggressive, especially fucking on the boards, right? Someone that fucking helps dominate the boards defensively, really bring somebody in the middle. Because, I mean, otherwise Siakam has to do too much work. So it's nice to have a good player beside Siakam to support him. Obviously, Siakam is going to be the scorer, but you need a guy that's a tough rebounder, aggressive, controls that paint. Turner was too busy on the outside shooting threes, too soft to fucking on the interior. Shooting three is fine, but then what are you doing defensively? On the defensive end, you need to be a fucking man in the middle. Obviously, offensive, they're using you outside to open up the floor. That's fine. He fits well in that regard, but I mean, overall, I was never impressed. Watching them go into the playoffs and his performances, I was like, what the fuck, man? At this point of this guy's career, he should be fucking like Dwight Howard-esque in the paint. They re-signed Isaiah Jackson, of course. Well, he's not a replacement. So who's going to win? Obviously, I think Marshall's going to get it, but it's close.
And we saw a little bit of everything in this fight. The ladies fighting on the inside, throwing powerful, great straight right hands from the outside. And, it was an overall great performance by Savannah Marshall and Traditionary.
You don't want to jinx anything, but the degree to which we have already exceeded the height of an unforgettable night is really something.
I'm not sure. How do you walk away before we get the scorecards?
Every fight has lived up to the promise.
That blonde girl's pretty sexy.
Big Mo will tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for these two. After 10 football championship rounds, we go to judge the scorecards for the
Indiana Pacer roster.
Judge Tom Shrek sees the contest 95-94 green. Judge Max DeLuca sees it 96-93 Marshall. And finally, Judge Martha Tremblay sees the contest 96-93, declaring your winner. And now the unified IBF WBO Ring Magazine Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Shadesha
I didn't see the first 4 rounds, but I don't know if she won the fight. But obviously, it's good for the American crowd. Cam Jones, you know anything about him? Well, I know they signed Huff, but Cam Jones, I think he's just a bench player. What's up, Hucker Mustang? I had to dig it up for us because Isaiah Jackson dominating the headlines. That's fine. Now you bring Green to the UK for a big money fight. Huff also is not really a starter. Similar style player, though.
I see the emotion on your face. Can you describe what you are feeling right now after, without a doubt, the biggest win of your career?
I'm so sorry. It's 20 years, man. 20 years. I was 15 years old. And I wanted to box. And I started with this man right here. And my mother told me no. She told me I had to go to college. She said if I bought my degree back, that I could pursue boxing. And these two men, they waited for me. My family, they set me up in an apartment. And then 20 years later, we unified. 20 years. So I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude, joy. And I remember seeing people crying on TV laughing. And Swiftly told me that when I won my titles, I would feel like this. Shout out to Pass in New Jersey. We did it.
You told me yesterday, Shadeja, that you're still sleeping on cottage sheets, of course, referencing the famous Marvin Hagler line about waking up in silk pajamas. Do you think this is the win that gets you out of those cotton sheets?
Maybe. Because I'm still live. You know, I'm real humble and meek. But these guys pushed me to my limit this kid. I told you, I got beat up every day in sparring, and I knew it was worth it because Savannah Marshall was worth it. And much respect to Savannah Marshall. She came out here and she fought me today. And I appreciate that. You're a great champion. And I said that before the fight. And I'll say it now. You're fucking phenomenal.
Well, I'd be remiss if I don't answer that question about the decision. It was such a close fight. One great war between the two of you. Your thoughts after hearing the judges' scorecards?
Look, taking out away for Shadeja, she was absolutely unbelievable, and I've never made it like that before, ever. But look, even with the point off, you give me 2 rounds. I've come over here. I've given you all 3 judges. How is that fair? Even with the point off, look, I'm not saying I won. Even with the point off, you give me 2 rounds. All I wanted was a fair fight.
I know it's 2 years away for you from this ring. We look forward to your return. What a performance from the two of you. Madison Square Garden, can you please show some love to these 2 incredible fighters?
She ain't lying. When you get all American judges on a card, how is that fair? It ain't fair. I guarantee you, if Green goes to the UK and fights Marshall, it's not going to be 3 fucking UK judges in that fight. It's going to be probably 1 UK judge, maybe no fucking UK judges, right? A judge from Spain, a judge from fucking America, and a judge from fucking, I don't know, Ireland, Scotland, or somewhere else. But they're not going to have 3 UK judges in the fight. Only in America do you get that kind of judging. Only in America. Huff is a good bench player. He's a similar type of player to Turner. A little soft, can play defense, is pretty long in the paint. Obviously not super athletic, can shoot the 3 really well as well. So he can open up the floor and they will play the same style that they play now under Turner. But he's not an upgrade over Turner. Actually, it's a downgrade. But what it does is it allows you probably financial money cap, right? Especially knowing that Halliburton is hurt this year. You're probably not going to be as good. He's probably going to be out for 1 year. So do you really want to pay Turner this big money? Oh, fucking Ali's there. Look, Layla. Hey, Layla. Oh, of course she could do it again. I mean, for Green, she'd be silly not to fucking do the fight again. She could go to the UK and make more money in a rematch. So she's got everything on the table to fucking get those silk sheets that she wants. And that would be by going to the UK. Unless she was to get, say, a Clarissa Shields fight, right, in the US. And then obviously she'd get paid pretty well, I suppose, for that as well. Man, they're going to be tough to deal with next season. Didn't the Nuggets get another big to go along with Joker? They did. And if he stays, because there was talk about him going to Greece, but from what I know, he can't sign with Greece because he's under contract with the Nuggets. So if the Nuggets say, "Sorry, dude, man, we fucking need you. We're putting on a run this year. We're not cutting you," he's going to have to stay and play for the Nuggets. And he's exactly what they need: a legitimate backup center, a guy that can start right on nights where Joker is hurt or just taking a rest. He can legitimately start on that team, legitimately. The guy from Toronto, Valanciunas, is a Baumgartner's opponent, any good? KD went to the Rockets. Yeah, the problem with the Rockets is they're still too young. KD ain't gonna fucking carry you to the promised land. He's a key piece. Now, when it comes down to fourth quarter and you need buckets, you got someone you can rely on. He's a great main scorer, but do you really want KD at 37 years old to be your primary scorer, right? Everyone else you have around him are key components. Who's going to step up on nights when KD's not around? He may miss nights as well because he is 37 fucking years old. You know, how long do you think KD can go without having some hurdles and hobbles potentially getting in the way? I mean, he's had career-ending injuries already before, so, you know. Baumgartner's next opponent. Where is she? Oh, yeah, Jennifer Miranda. Okay. She's probably one of the weaker opponents, I think. She's undefeated, but, I mean, she hasn't fought the same level of opponents, obviously, that Baumgartner has faced. Ali. Layla Ali had a good career in an era where there were not many women's boxers. I think Denver is in prime position to win. They could have won this year. I mean, they were very close to beating fucking Oak City, right? So you could have easily saw Drunk Irishman. Wow. Yes. So Drunk Irishman, do you think the Brit won the fight, Marshall, or do you think the American? I think the American stylistically is better. I think she's just not that active, right? Where you get a lot of American counterpunchers are like that because they work off of other people's effort. A lot of times they're just not as active as they should be. I thought it was a close fight, but I didn't see the first 4 rounds. So, but I do agree with Marshall that, you know, going all the way to the UK, the US, and only getting 2 fucking rounds out of 8, 2, plus the deducted point, that's crazy. Because I saw her win 2 rounds when I started watching the fight, and I missed the first 4, and it seemed like the first 4 she was the one winning those rounds. So yeah, Oak City is still going to be tough though. The problem is with them, they reliant on fucking SGA. I don't think they have a legitimate secondary scorer. I think Williams is fucking overrated, and Chet is fucking potentially injury prone. I would not rely on him to be fucking the savior to my team. And then unfortunately for them, they're going to end up probably losing a lot of their bench because they're paying such huge fucking money, right? And you're in Oklahoma, not the biggest fucking market in American boxing. They just end up spending $700 million to re-sign Chet, Williams, and SGA. So how much money are they going to pay? You still got guys like Caruso and Frankenstein. Those dudes were essential to them winning this year. Without those 2 guys, they would never have won. So, you know, hats off to Presti. Presti made good offseason moves, bringing those 2 guys in. Fucking, that was exactly what they needed. Getting rid of Giddy and then bringing, of course, those guys in. And obviously their bench was very important through the playoffs. They got a lot of good bench players, you know, guys that are 2-way players, good defenders from the wing, obviously can score, can have big nights. But you're not going to be able to pay all those guys. So they're probably going to lose several of their key bench components as well. Need to try to replace them. Obviously, they have tons of draft picks, which potentially is good. But the problem with tons of draft picks, well, you're gonna keep reloading with young players. Then that's not what you need with a core like they have. Potentially, they might fall into a similar position to an Oak City had Westbrook, Durant, and fucking Harden, right? They just couldn't afford to keep all three of them. So, what do we think? Is this Serrano's day? Is she going to do enough to win this fight? Or is Taylor going to find a way to beat her? The Pacers would have maybe won game seven if they could have preserved Halliburton down the stretch. Well, yeah, if Halliburton would have played, they easily could have won. Easily. Unfortunately, injuries are part of the sport, right? Not a good part, but definitely a part of the sport, unfortunately. But that's why people acting like they dominated. They didn't dominate against Denver, and they didn't dominate versus Indiana. And Indiana wasn't supposed to be in the final. It was supposed to be Cleveland, right? But obviously, Cleveland had a shitload of fucking injuries early on in the playoffs, and they just never were the team that had dominated during the season. And sometimes that's what happens, right? You have such a great season, you put so much energy into your season that by the time the playoffs come, you're fucking broken down, beaten up, and you just don't have that next gear. And for the playoffs, man, you need to gear up. It doesn't get easier, it gets harder, much harder. Christy Martin, the coal miner's daughter. Narrated by Layla Ali. This was Layla Ali's biggest opponent, Martin, even though fucking they were in different weight classes.
Non-stop action upstaged tonight's heavyweight title bout between Mike Tyson and Frank Brillo and set the early standard for the sport. In 2001, I renewed an old family when I took on Jackie Frazier live.
But Frazier was fucking not that good. There was name recognition, but that's all.
Shook up the world with their classic trilogy. Powers was the first pay-per-view boxing card ever headlined by women. Another
Frazier.
2012 with the Olympic
Taylor.
women's boxing. Katie Taylor immediately established herself as one to watch, taking home a gold medal in London. In 2019, Clarissa Shields added her name to the conversation when she dominated German champ Christina Hammer to unify the middleweight titles. And Amanda Serrano blazed a new trail for women's boxing when she fought 12 three-minute rounds in 2023.
All those moments elevated women's boxing to new heights in this incredible rivalry.
I don't know how the Shields Hammer moment was significant, but okay. Nothing against Shields, but I mean, it's not like Hammer was some dominant women's boxer at that time. The dominant boxer at that time was the welterweight woman. What's her face? From Europe. I can't remember her name. Pretty sexy looking girl. Cleveland was who you were rooting for from the East. It was. I felt Cleveland had great bench, great starters, explosive guard play, better guards, I feel, than Indiana. I mean, what's his face, I think, is MVP caliber, right? Obviously, he's a shorter, smaller guard, but what a great player he is. And then his co-player. The big men I thought were better, more dominant. I thought when they added that one-piece Hunter from Atlanta, that was the perfect player they needed. That second or third scorer that they needed to just level up. But yeah, it is what it is. But I'm happy, with everything in sports, whether we're talking boxing, whether we're talking about football, soccer, whether we're talking about, NBA. Change is fine. I mean, a lot of boxers I like are all walking out the door into retirement. Now you get to focus on new fighters, right? I don't need to tie my channel to other fighters and then fucking close down because no longer I have someone to cap for. I'm a boxing fan, so there's going to be a whole new group of boxers that come in that I will be watching and following. With the NBA, it's the same. Boston is gone. They never really lived up to their expectations, right? Unfortunately, it is what it is. They got one chip, and they're going to have to be happy with that. I think Oak City is the same. They went through quite a few great teams and great squads, and they were able to get one chip this year. And a lot of that was because of um, the way things worked out for them. But that's okay. They got their one chip. I don't think they're going to win more. I was listening to an ESPN show today saying that he thought they're going to win three chips during this reign of dominance with these three guys. But I'm like, man, you fucking are delusional. Delusional. Like, everyone's getting better. They're not going to get better. You might say the players might get better. Donovan Mitchell. The players might get better. They might mature. They might get better. They also might get injured. They might get hurt. They might lose their bench, right? They might not have the depth that they had this year. They're not going to get better because they're spending fucking so much money to keep and retain those three players. Minnesota's going to be better from fucking the West. Denver's going to be better. Houston's going to be better. I think LA, Lakers, even the Clippers, they just made a big move as well that no one talks about. They're going to be better. I mean, the West is fucking a good division. And everyone's getting better. No one's sitting on their laurels. And then from the East, Milwaukee's fucked. Boston's fucked. Cleveland, as long as they stay away from injuries, should be just as good as they were last year. There's a Japanese guy at 130 that fights a lot like Lomachenko. Ryato Tatsumi. Or are you talking about his brother, Hiato? Ryato's more like Lomachenko. He's more stylistically like him, but he's only having his second fight this weekend, tomorrow's card. But his brother is closer to getting a world title. I think he's had 12 professional fights right now. Here we go. Baumgartner. Fucking look at Miranda, 38 years old. 38. You know, no one ever brings up fucking Clarissa Baumgartner getting caught using PEDs. I ain't bringing it up because I don't care. But it's ironic that the people that are all over fucking all these fighters getting caught on PEDs, for some reason, never made one video about Baumgartner getting caught using PEDs. Not one. Yeah, I see that Kakache suffered an injury and the fight with Ford is off. That sucks, man. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, come on. They fucking want no fucking smoke with Ford. Oh, but let me guess. They're going to bounce back against a UK opponent early 2026. Oh, my God. Looking to become the first Spanish world champion or the second Spanish world champion. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bob Gardner's going to fucking knock her out. Man, you girls are tanned or what? Like, all they do is spend fucking their days fucking at the pool. Sun tanning. Look at this guy. He thinks he's the new fucking with the white suit. Miranda.
It's a powerful thing in your hand, that remote. When you're here on Netflix, you're basically 2 clicks away from what, thousands and thousands of shows and movies that are among the most popular in Spain, the most addictive. It's a Spanish crime drama called Money Heist.
Money Heist.
People of extraordinary ambition to upset the status quo and do what they said couldn't be done. One of its voluminous cast is that over Jennifer Moreno.
I still haven't watched all of Money Heist, but it was supposed to be good.
Professional fighter, and tonight she will attempt the heist of extraordinary ambition to upset the status quo and do what no one seems to think she can. Beat Alicia Baumgartner. Can it be done?
It can be done. We have an undefeated fighter in Jennifer Miranda. And this is a dream come true for her coming from Spain. Tonight is her night to show the world who she is.
So the results tonight: Tammy Tabay, the big Canadian, ended up winning by KO. Rama Ali ended up winning. Chantel Cameron won. Shanika Johnson won. Ellie Scotney won. Savannah Marshall, the first favorite, that ended up losing. And now we got Baumgartner, the undisputed super featherweight champion of the world and former drug cheat. He might have been a tough fight for Ford. He's in good form, but there's levels to this shit.
Baumgartner is extremely confident, and she knows that she's made for this moment, so she's not going to let it slip away.
Great turnout, for a woman's card.
In about an hour, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor will walk the top. They will finish their half-decade trilogy that has defined shape of this boxing. It's why these offers of electricity that you're looking at and feeling right now while cameras are up. But in 2 hours, that won't be over. The rest of our history will become concrete. That will all last. But we all take. What's next? The Northern Point Crew is next. You can feel
Good thing you're a better boxer than a dancer.
Alicia Baumgartner, she embraces her walking contradiction. She says there's a perfect combo between beauty and the beast. She doesn't care if you love her or hate her. As long as you watch her, she could be the face, she could be the heel, but she will be the one you remember. She told me guys very definitively this week. This stage was made for her.
She's got it. So strong.
I don't know what to make of Kakache though, because Cordina looked like trash last weekend, and Woods was never elite. That's my point. He looked good against UK opponents, but there's levels to this shit. Have we ever seen him in with a real fucking established fighter? Woods never looked like a world beater, and Cordina was a domestic UK fighter at best. Against those fighters, Kakache looked fucking brilliant, but he never looked brilliant before that. So I definitely think he is at his peak right now. He's definitely performing great, but I think Ford is on another level. I think Ford would have beat his ass. Just like I think Nunez would have beat his ass. I see is where Otar Erisulian is finally coming back to fight. I don't understand why he took such a long layoff, because he's pretty decent. Maybe injuries, promotional contract issues. There's always something with fucking boxers nowadays, right? If it's not this, it's that. He might have just been waiting for his contract to fucking end so he could go in a different direction. Maybe he felt he was getting fucked over financially by his promoter or manager. We've seen that happen. Andre Ward, Mikey Garcia, many others. Problem with you, Spanish girl, is you got the wrong nose to be a boxer. You got the wrong fucking nose to be a boxer. She's got the nose to break, man. You could break that nose easy, have it fucking splayed all over her face. Like, if you want to be a boxer, you got to have a nose like me. You can still break it up here, but I mean, there's not much to it otherwise. My grandfather, he had a big nose, and his nose was broken so many times in fights that the cartilage was taken out so he could just fucking push it to the sides. It had no tent poles to it at all. Baumgartner. Look who's in her corner. Finally, he getting a job. That guy, what happened to him? The best trainer in boxing. Remember, people were saying that, and now nobody wants to work with him. Literally, fucking everything he's touched is fucking turned to mud. I ain't hating. I'm just saying it's ironic with all the hype. People are downplaying, fucking Garcia, trying to act like he's not a great promoter, a great trainer, acting like this guy was fucking everything, and now this dude fucking barely could find a fucking someone to work with him. Well, he had a baby too. I don't know how that's going to impact him. Did he have a baby? He carried it in utero. Since when did a man having a baby fucking have anything to do with anything? Usually that's just motivation. I think this is going to be easy work. I think Miranda, she's fucking never fought anyone worth writing home about. Look at that. Frozen. We're going to have the same complaints about Netflix we had this time with Jake Paul and Tyson. Everything froze. It's no good. But that's the problem. You get too many fucking people. Round one. This 30-year-old Spanish girl. Her last opponent was 9-1-3. Before that, she fought a girl who was 1-1-0. Literally, she's never beat anyone that had a record of double-digit victories. Nobody. Like, literally, she's fought bums. So this should be easy work for fucking Baumgartner. I say it's going to be a knockout victory. 16-1 with 8 KOs. I mean, we compare who Baumgartner fought. Her last opponent, no contest, Delphine Persoon. 49-3. 49-3. You could get every opponent on Miranda's fucking resume, and it wouldn't add up to 49 victories. Facts. Like, this girl's fought fucking nobody. And then, of course, Christine Lintu, 14-2. The other girl, 15-1. Mayer, 17-0. Matthias, probably one of the worst opponents, 17-11. Terry Harper, 11-0. Like, she's been fighting legitimate opponents. I know BT is high on Otar. He's one of the better fighters Pro Box showcased. Well, if BT likes him, then he obviously has to be overrated. He can't be really that fucking good. Because according to BT, fucking Angelo Leo's pound for pound top 10. And fucking Lomachenko and Inouye are fucking trash bags. Well, that round was boring. I'm surprised that Katiev fight is still on. Isn't Katiev going to be suspended right after? I don't think he's going to be suspended. Apparently, he's been suspended for the last 2 years from that, that testing agency. But who suspended him? Nobody that fucking does his fights. So I think it means fucking nothing. Literally, he's had, I think, 3 fights since that suspension. So nobody's paying attention to that shit. They're like, whatever. Fucking Morel's fucking dirty. Fucking I'm dirty. Fucking everyone's dirty. Who gives a fuck? Let's stop pretending. And that's what boxing got to do. Stop fucking pretending. Then you get these fucking race fans out there that just want to use it as a way to literally shit on non-black fighters. And if you use the same narrative against black fighters, they call you a racist for fucking hating on black fighters for doing something everyone else is doing. Yeah. So then keep that same fucking energy. Nice jab from Baumgartner. if you watch Baumgartner fight, she's not the best boxer, that's for sure. A lot of the attention she's getting is because of sexuality more than anything. But that's fine. Whatever, Miranda. You still fucking went down for some reason. We know fucking Spanish people are pussy, so that fucking means nothing. Spain never had fucking a good army, never fucking dominated in anything except football, and even there they fucking roll around like pussies, fucking if fucking you even touch them. So I think 70% of the Spanish population is bisexual. Another guy I'm not impressed with is Naji Lopez. He has seemed to get better though. Oh yeah, but he's a up and coming prospect, right? I mean, a bunch of those guys on Pro Box have looked good, but obviously that's what they are. These are building fights for guys like him. But he looks good, and in the light heavyweight division, there's not a lot of top competition, so you could easily see him being in a big fight, fucking by 2026. I thought the guy from Argentina named Alfred beat Naji and got robbed. But then again, David, you probably had money on it and had a bad take. Canelo Crawford. What do you guys think about Shakur Stevenson's last fucking rant in an interview, basically disregarding Inouye's resume and saying that people are critical of the bums that Shakur's fighting? How come they're not critical of fucking Inouye? Inouye's fought 15 world champions. You fought 3. 15. 3. Fuck, man. These American fucking YouTubers and American fighters, delusional. These guys literally think because they're black, they deserve fucking more fucking praise and more fucking acclaim from doing less. You do less, you expect more fucking smoke blown up your ass. That's why if they were going to cancel the Morel Katiev fight, they could have maybe replaced Katiev with Esquadero. Why would they replace him with him and not Naji Lopez? Steve Nelson, maybe. Well. If they needed to replace him with a replacement opponent, but fortunately they don't need to, so we don't need to worry about that. Shakur hates on non-black fighters, Sean. No, I know. But that's not just Shakur. Generally, that's fucking black Americans. Whether it's hating on Cooper Flagg, whether it's hating on Katie Taylor, whether it's fucking hating on fucking Lomachenko, fucking Golovkin, fucking Junto Nakatani, the list goes on. If a guy is not black, according to most of these people, they don't deserve credit. I saw Gilbert Arenas, basically his show and many others, shitting on Cooper Flagg because he's being compared to some of the best basketball players from Duke history. And what's wrong with that? Nobody was fucking getting in their feelings when people were talking about Zion being a generational talent and the number 1 draft pick and a guy that was going to be a superstar in the NBA. People rolled with it, right? They rolled with it. His team didn't win the title at Duke. They lost earlier than fucking Cooper Flagg's did. But now people are giving Flagg the same kind of hype, and somehow, he doesn't deserve that hype. Yeah, because he's white. If he was black, you'd be fucking hyping him like crazy. You'd be all over him. But because he's not, we got to dismiss him, downplay him, right? I hope he fucking ends up living up to those expectations, because then we're going to find a whole new fucking reasons of excuses and hate and cap. Oh, the only reason he's fucking loved is because he's white. Yeah, fortunately, when 60% of the American population is white, that's a fucking big fan base, right? It's like saying Argentinians fucking love Messi only because he's fucking Argentinian. Yeah, exactly. But luckily, he's so great. Fucking even white people from Canada love him too, right? It's called crossing over, right? Not every athlete can cross over. Some can, some can't. We'll find out if he can cross over. But I underestimated how durable Esquarado is. Oh my God, you talking about a fight no one cares about against a fighter we never even watch again on Pro Box. $1,000 on Lopez to stop. See, that's why you're bent out of shape, because you're putting money on it and it skews your fucking perspective. When what's her face's jab, she lifts her chin up. Baumgartner, keep that chin down, young lady. Could you imagine if fucking Miranda beat her? Wow, that'd be a shock. This fight's definitely not as entertaining as the Marshall Green fight. That fight was far more interesting than this one. This one, 2-minute rounds go a little long. So imagine with the distance with him and arguably lost to him, I was like, what the hell, dude? Well, but that happens, man. Sometimes you overestimate fighters, sometimes stylistically they don't work out. Who's that blonde girl? She's fucking cute. Is she a boxer? She's adorable. Who's that girl?
I think it's a historic card. Being a woman, I'm a woman watching these amazing athletes go head to head. Do we have any predictions? And how good does it feel to be at MSG? Man, it feels amazing.
Man.
No matter what happens, it's a dub. It's a dub for women's sports. It's a dub for women, just period. I'm so happy to be here. Also, boxing was a big part of my training for the old guard too, so I'm feeling inspired and whatnot. I get a little punch real quick. I might do it. That's what I did. No, watch out now. Not like that. I want to stop no problems. I love you so much. We're excited. I didn't see the film. Don't worry. I am going to watch it. That's on the first one. Congratulations on everything.
Second one looks shit.
It's about to go down. Can't wait. Let's go.
Hey, oh. That girl's adorable. I like BT though. I won a lot of money on Angelo Leo lately, but he isn't messing with the monster. You're not messing with the monster. No chances fucking. He wishes he'd get the monster fight because then he'd finally get a career high fucking payday. But Monster gonna fight MJ in Japan in fucking September. Then he's gonna go to fucking Saudi Arabia in December. Then he's gonna fight in the Tokyo Dome in fucking the spring of 2026 against Junto Nakatani. Who else is doing that? Nobody. So what do you people think about this fight so far? Who's winning? You got Baumgartner winning? So far the fights, Most of the time, there's not a lot of action. When they finally sit and throw punches, both of them are getting hit with clean right hands. The problem is there's not enough of those right hands, and neither of them look like they have very good defense to combat those right hands. Neither one has been able to establish a jab very well. Nick says women's boxing is trash. Well, to be fair, Nick, the fight with Marshall and Green prior to this, that was pretty entertaining. It was fast. Actually, it felt like the rounds were too short. With this one, the rounds seemed too long. Right? Even now, when they're getting in there, there's a lot of holding, but not a lot of hitting. And I ain't hating. It's just my opinion. People may feel different. Oh, fucking BT also hates fucking Turkey. It's amazing that Turkey's fucking saving boxing. Like literally saving boxing. If it wasn't for fucking Turkey, what would you be getting? The PBC ain't really giving us too much this year either. They gave us nothing last year. This year they're giving us a little bit, but not too much. Top Rank is consistently giving us good cards, but not great cards, but good cards consistently every month. But unfortunately, they're no longer part of ESPN. Matchroom, for the most part, most of their cards that aren't part of Turkey are mediocre, but the ones with Turkey, obviously, then you have great cards. So where would boxing be now if we did not have this fucking uptake of finances thrown into the sport of boxing from Saudi Arabia? Just like also, I mean, if you're from the UK, you know this, but obviously lots of money in soccer, football, because of Saudi Arabia as well. I would love to see fucking Saudi uh, give Liverpool some big money to get one of our forwards. That's okay. I prefer 80 to 90 million from Saudi Arabia. Yeah, this fight is competitive. Neither fighter is very dominant. I'm surprised. I thought Baumgartner would blow through this girl who's fought nobody. They already got prop odds for Pacheco Macumbi. Pacheco winning by KO for a fight not to go the distance. Pacheco totally going to knock out fucking Macumbi. People who bet on stuff should jump on that because Macumbi is absolutely trash. No, he's trash. He was good, looked good against fucking Plant, but what does that say exactly? Fucking Bob Gardner gets hit by too many right hands. Too many right hands. I can't believe. I don't know if she would beat a. I don't think she'd beat a Taylor, and I don't know if she beats Cameron. I'm surprised she beat the ESPN girl. Because her offense is pretty one dimensional. A jab and right hands. Her left, not that great. Like you look at Savannah Marshall, who just fought earlier, her and Green, they're better fighters than Baumgartner is. And you can see why Clarissa Shields calls her out. First of all, she's super small. Look at her fucking shoulders. She's a small girl, so she's going to be a midget against fucking Shields. But Shields could win a fight against her easily just with her jab. Just with her jab. Like, it would be a boring fucking one-way traffic fight. See, isn't that the same thing you show everybody and then they go on to lose fights? I don't know if you're the best trainer in boxing because she don't look that fucking good tonight. And I don't want her to lose. I like Baumgartner strictly because of sexuality, but boys in sports, we like the pretty girls. I was watching high jumping. Why? Not because I care about high jumping, because this one girl from fucking where? I can't remember where she's from. Sexy. Long legs. I love long legs. Exactly. 150 for Pacheco stopping Kumbi is a steal. Easy money. Pacheco gonna fucking knock that guy's head off. Holy crap. Nick says women's boxing is shit. Bob Narder getting countered too much. Way too much. Her defense is not good. She never moves her head. She has her chin in the air. Baumgartner getting smoked. I don't know if she's getting smoked, but it's definitely they're both landing fucking clean shots against each other. She hasn't shown that she's more dominant. Like punches landed 21-16. I don't know if that's true, but it just shows you it's a very competitive fight. Both girls are wild. Miranda actually looks like she's got faster hands than Baumgartner does. But neither girl can establish a fucking jab. Like, Miranda's taller. If she could establish a jab, she could win this fight easy. There you go. That was a good fucking freeze on my TV, watching her get countered. I saw punch drunk in the crowd. Oh, yeah? All there for Katie Taylor or Serrano? If you ask me who was winning, I wouldn't even know who to say. Serrano. Imagine John Boxing make a video like this. The manufacturing of Junto Nakatani. First of all, why are we even talking about Junto Nakatani now when literally Shakur Stevenson is fighting fucking Zepeda this weekend and Berlanga is fighting Shiraz and you have the biggest women's boxing card in history. But somehow we still got to make a fucking video shitting on a Japanese fighter. Yet the irony is Junto Nakatani has fought 9 world champions. Shakur Stevenson has fought 3 world champions. So is this the fucking manufacturing of a champion with Shakur? Because if you look at someone who is manufactured, let's just talk about this now. Nobody's been more manufactured than Shakur Stevenson. This was a silver medal Olympian, right? Who cried after losing fucking his Olympic gold medal. Was fast tracked towards a WBO title. The WBO title, which obviously Top Rank controls, ended up facing somebody for a vacant title at 126 pounds. So he was given an opportunity to fight for a vacant title to become a champion in his 12th, 13th fight, 14th, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Became a one-weight world champion. Never fucking defended a title at 126 pounds. Then moved up to 130 pounds. Was fast-tracked into a fight with Jamal Herring, a fighter who had just been basically embarrassed in his previous fight, was in line to get a unification fight, which was a fight that obviously he preferred, and so did Valdez. But the people forced Shakur into a fight with him. He finally beat a world champion to become a two-weight champion, then beat Valdez to unify. Ended up losing his title on the scale to Kansakow, who he ended up beating. There's his 3 champions right there. Herring, Valdez, Kansakow, out at 130 pounds. He was doing something legitimate at 130, but then grew out of the weight or just got lazy, didn't want to fucking train, and blew the weight. So went to 135 pounds, where he then what? Got a fucking vacant world title from the WBC. So you got a 3-weight world champion, right? Who won 2 vacant titles. 2. So who's manufactured? Junto Nakatani or fucking Shakur Stevenson? Now you're throwing him in with a Mexican fighter in Zepeda, a guy who arguably lost his last two fights to fucking Tevin Farmer. And we just saw Tevin Farmer get smoked by Floyd Schofield. To be fair for Shakur, he'd already agreed to fight Schofield. It's not his fault Schofield fucking ducked him, right? Now in hindsight, that fight looks like it would have been real legitimate. Probably more legitimate than Zepeda. But I mean, we talk about manufacture. This guy literally hasn't done anything. 3 world champions in 3 weight classes. Junto, 9 world champions in 3 weight classes. And now moving up to his 4th weight division to take on a pound for pound fighter. The equivalent of that for Shakur would be him facing fucking Tank Davis. If he does that, nobody will be critical. People will be like, yeah, now you're fucking living up to the hype, right? Now you're taking on a legitimate pound for pound quality fighter. But Junto already in line to do that. That fight's already agreed to. That fight's happening in fucking the spring. What's the possibility of Shakur and Tank Davis fighting in 2026? I guarantee you, if you ask 90% of boxing fans right now in any live chat anywhere on the world, like right now, I ask you guys, leave it in the comment section, percentage-wise, what's the percentage you have for fucking Shakur and Tank Davis to fight for unification in 2026? I say there's probably about a 29% chance of that fight happening. Bacon and eggs is 0. 0. I think 29, almost 30% chance of that fight happening, right? You know, I think you could do it. Obviously, now we got big money from Turkey Al Sheikh. So financially, it's not like money stopping the fight from happening. So what's stopping the fight from happening? Tank Davis, I suppose, it would be the correct answer to that equation. But everyone else, let me know what you think the percentage of is of Shakur and Tank Davis fighting in 2026. Because the percentage of Anui and Junto fighting is fucking about 85%. The only thing that would stop that fight from happening is if Anui or Junto get beat, right? If they don't get beat, that fight is fucking 100% going to happen. I'd like it to happen, but Tank will fuck it up. Yeah. 0. Tank probably be in jail. I think I would put Oscar Collazo on the pound for pound list before I'd put Shakur. Well, the problem with Oscar Collazo, he's still just a 1-weight world champion. He got to become undisputed at that weight class, right? If he becomes undisputed, then he definitely deserves to be talked about as a pound for pound top 10 fighter. Unfortunately, being a straw weight fighter, you know, Americans don't even know who the fuck he is. They don't even know what weight class he fights at. So you got to do something significant, and that would be become undisputed, beat the other champions. 0% Tank only wants to fight his baby mamas. That's true, and he's fucking got a 100% KO ratio against baby's mama. So you know who would want him to fucking not keep doing that? He's fucking the baddest man beating up women on the planet. Tank belongs nowhere near the pound for pound list. Well, he's in the conversation, obviously. But if you don't fight Roach, that kills you. Wayne Evans says 1%. 1%. That tells you everything you need to know. These people are going to put Shakur Stevenson above Junto Nakatani on a pound for pound list, yet the chances of him facing another pound for pound quality fighter, people think is fucking like 0 to 1%. Whereas, what's the percentage of Junto fighting Anui? That fight's fucking almost a guaranteed. Almost a guaranteed. It's going to be interesting what Lamont Roach decides to do now after that Tank did. Well, I think the Shakur Stevenson fight will be there, right? Shakur beats Zepeda, great victory. And then Tank Davis ducks fucking Roach. So then right there, truthfully, Tank Davis should be stripped of his IBF title. That should be given to fucking Lamont Roach. And then Roach and Shakur should fight for fucking unification. Tank has more mug shots than elite wins. That's true. That's true. He's building up his resume, the best resume in boxing mugshot history. It's round 10. Come on, ref. It's round 10. Just let the fucking girls fight. Pull hair, kick, bite. Tank has more mugshots. You know, at the end of the day, this victory is not really going to help fucking Alyssa Baumgartner's brand. She'd be better off, in all fairness, to do a fucking spread for fucking Playboy, right? If she did Playboy, that would definitely fucking mark her up hard. She'd get tons of fucking attention, tons of hype, tons of fame. And Playboy is not trashy. Playboy is fucking classy. So having Alyssa Baumgartner naked in Playboy, shit, you know, fucking before that totally would have happened. Who was the boxer before that was on Playboy? Van Sant, the Indian girl that was fucking damn sexy back in the day, right? She was on Playboy. Mind you, there wasn't as much money in boxing as there is right now, but still. Jaime, super facts. What did Jaime say? Oh, yeah. She doesn't have the racks for nudes. No, that's fine. Because Playboy is fucking classy, right? So they won't emphasize her tits too much. They'll show the right angles so her tits look nice shape. As long as she don't have those saggy fucking small tits, then that would be an off. Then they'd like cover that shit completely and just mostly show ass and pussy, which is okay. And legs. I dated this girl that was like a ballerina in university. Super fucking hot. Great ass, great legs. But when she took her little fucking sports bra off, it was just like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. That can't be natural. You're like fucking 19, 20 years old. How's that fucking humanly possible? I guarantee you that girl's had breast augmentation surgery fucking at least 30 years ago now. At least 30 years ago. She was super hot, but had the worst tits ever. So she always wore a sports bra. Always. I think Baumgartner probably won, but it's not a great fucking performance. I thought Tank had the WBA. Oh, sorry, yes, WBA. Muratalla has the IBF. Jake Paul. For a ragamuffin motherfucker that Jake Paul is, the dude's killing it, man. Killing it. Props to him. What happened? Why do they do this weird fucking segue?
An unforgettable night. It is getting better and better and better. Baumgartner, Miranda go the distance. Big Mo has the answer to the puzzle. Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard with the official decision.
The girl in the cutest girl in the back is cute. Filipina. All from Bob Gardner. And still. Yeah. It was definitely not a dominant performance. Like, what did she land? 4 punches more than fucking Miranda? Like, I know judges. It was an ugly fight. No one really did well, so they gave the rounds to her just because They could differentiate, but as far as like a dominant performance, that was not a great performance from her. I like Roach, but he's talking about fighting the Haney Norman winner. I'm not a fan of leaving unfinished business in your original weight class. Tank might try and fight the loser of this one next. Probably. The reality is, I mean, if you were Roach, why wouldn't you go and fucking get the money?
Into this fight, how do you think you did today?
True,
You
Nick.
know, I definitely give myself a B plus. It wasn't my best performance, but I'm just happy to be in the ring with such a long layoff and just be able to get those rounds in.
She tougher than you thought she would be.
She was smarter. She was a smarter fighter. She had a good game plan.
How soon do you want to return, given the layoff, given the inactivity as of late?
Listen, I'm going to be right back. No time off.
Guys, give it up for the undisputed champion, Alicia the Bomb Gardner. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much, Ariel. Alicia Baumgartner stays undisputed. All those bellies look nice, don't they? Hey, Scott Henry, the legendary Layla. I always want to get your thoughts on this one. She knew who was winning, but it was tough.
Yeah, it was definitely tougher than I think Alicia thought it was going to be. And she was waiting for her, and she should have hit her best. I think she really wanted to saw the great show get a knockout, right? And Miranda turned out to be scratchy. Right? Like she was using that ring, and she was scared of fighting this, and it just wasn't an easy fight for her. And she
The next fight is the big one. Mirzalev pity party continues. What pity party? She definitely had her hands full. She did. It was definitely not a stellar performance. Claims his fight with Josh Kelly is stalled. What do you mean claims? Is the fight happening? If it's not happening, then it's fucking stalled. What? Like, I mean, come on, man. We know nobody's in a fucking fast track to fight fucking Mirzalev. When was the last time Mirzalev fought? Against Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's getting in the ring fucking twice. Mirzalev hasn't gotten in the ring fucking once. Ariel needs to stick to MMA. Ariel fucking is terrible in MMA and terrible in fucking boxing. That dude is a fucking clown. Clown. Only good thing you can say about him is he's fucking Canadian. Come on, like let's look at this. Bakram Murzalia, 23-0, 17 KOs. This is a dude who got fucked over by the PBC and Charlo for years. Was the mandatory fucking for years and was ducked consistently. Also, fucking Charlo could chase after undisputed, right? And needed to fucking put him back because he kept fucking losing. Lost to fucking that dude from Detroit, Harrison, then lost to Castano, had to fight them again to do the work he couldn't do the first time around, right? All the time, this dude sitting there fucking doing nothing. He fought twice in 2024. Jack Culkay, Tim Tszyu. Twice. It's 2025. Right now it's July, and the dude still hasn't fucking had a fight. Right? I mean, sure, it's not a year that he's been off, but, you know, let's think. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It's 9 months, man. And when's the first fight he could happen? 10, it'd be like 11 months, maybe 1 year. So 1 year he'd have to wait to fucking get an opportunity to defend his fucking title. 11 to 12 months, maybe 13. It's going to be in that year sort of period of time. He has a Lubin fight right in front of him. They would like to fight with Bakram, and Jesus Ramos would be easy to make since both guys are with the PBC. PBC ain't doing nothing, David. What PBC card is fucking on the table? Except for a shitty fucking card with Manny Pacquiao fighting Mario Barros, hoping because Pacquiao's in the card, somehow it's going to be a big pay-per-view success. It won't be. It won't be. I ain't paying for it. I'm just tired of people claiming Mirzalev is some boogeyman. He is a boogeyman. Literally, the dude was ducked for fucking years. And now the champions are fighting his leftover instead of fighting him. And you want him to fight great fighters like Lubin and fucking Ramos. Who gives a fuck about Lubin and Ramos and Josh Kelly? All three are fucking bum ass motherfuckers that shouldn't carry his fucking jockstrap. Like, none of those dudes have done fucking anything. Let's look at the rankings right now. This is BoxRec, so it don't mean much. Right now, Lubin is number 9. I don't know why he's number 9. What the fuck has he done? Who did he beat? You know? And then Ramos is number 11. So the best he could do is get the number 9 or fucking 11th fighter in boxing. That's the best he can do. Get 9 or 11. Josh Kelly is 18. So a guy who finally got a world title can't get a unification fight. The best he can do is get number 9, 11, or 15. Those are the opponents that want to fight him. Dudes that fucking literally have nowhere else to go. I mean, really, we already saw Lubin and fucking Ramos fight. That fight fucking disappointed terribly. And the winner of that hasn't been able to capitalize on it anyway. Josh Kelly's trash, so I understand why he wants to fight him, because it's just easy money fight, right? What's the over-under for headbutts for the main event? Oh, you know, I'm sure it's high. Look at fucking what's his face in the crowd. No Diddy.
It's a big day for women.
Big day for women. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time. A great time. That's the only way about the phone.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Always excited for the main event. Shouts out to everybody watching. Shouts out to Netflix. Shouts out to you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Always. Yeah.
Back to you guys. Yes. Good to see everybody turn out.
Who is she?
Everybody good to have you with us for this.
She's sexy. Who's she? Joey Crack in the crowd. But man, you got to do something. Yeah, you got to do something. But that's the point. Like, you act like there's tons of opportunities and options available. If he's waiting for the PBC, he was probably going to be on that Tank Davis fucking undercard. But who knows when that card's fucking happening, right? Because he ain't headlining a PBC card. So he's definitely fucking on an undercard. He ain't on the fucking Pacquiao undercard. So then he's on fucking the Tank Davis undercard. Because that's all the PBC is going to do this year. They're going to do a Tank card and they're going to do a Pacquiao card. And all these PBC shills are going to act like PBC's dominating boxing. They had 6 fight cards this year. Yeah, okay. Congratulations. 5 last year, 6 this year. They are fucking dominating. I mean, Jesus Christ. If we didn't have Turki Al-Sheikh, we'd have nothing in boxing right now. And it definitely ain't the fucking PBC carrying the fucking crowd. They're putting on refugee fights with Fonduro and Tim Tszyu. Who gives a fuck? And then Pacquiao versus Barrios. Who gives a fuck? I mean, the only reason we're getting Tank Davis versus Roach is because fucking Tank Davis didn't do his job the first time around. So now we got to watch him fight a guy he shouldn't have been fighting anyway. Nobody wanted to see him fight Lamont Roach, pulling up another fighter from 130 when you have legitimate opponents at 135, right? Fat Joe holding the mitts for Serrano. Conwell, right before he lost, said he wanted to fight Murtazaliev, which would have been good if Conwell would have focused on the... See, look at you, man. Like, come on, dude. David, Conwell got fucking beat. And you're talking about, well, you could have fought Conwell. Who the fuck is Conwell? Conwell's a dude that no one even knows who he is. What are you going to get? Fucking $500,000 to fight fucking Conwell? Oh, congratulations. Like, the best thing Murtazaliev could do is make sure that he's fucking working with Turki Al-Sheikh. And maybe he could get some big money fights, some big fights opportunity. Even if Murtazaliev fought Conwell now, I wouldn't complain about it. Oh my God. You're just proving your point that he is the boogeyman, because all he could get is fucking leftover refugee fucking fighters. Dudes that literally are fucking scratching at the bottom of the barrel to get an opportunity, right? These dudes pray they could get a fucking fight worth $500,000 because their careers are fucking going nowhere. Lubin, Ramos, Conwell, like fucking, at least Josh Kelly has a UK fan base behind him. But those three, fuck, man, those dudes should just do a trilogy fight amongst themselves because no one gives a fuck about any of them. They're all trash. They're all fucking disappointed. They all fucking underperformed in their careers. Why would Murtazaliev, coming off of a career best performance, beating the fuck out of Tim Tszyu, waste his time with any of those fucking clowns? Why? Why? Why fucking bother? I mean, come on. The only people fucking Murtazaliev should be fighting: Ortiz, Funduro, fucking Boots Ennis, Bud Crawford. That's it. Maybe you could have fucking threw him in with a Madrimov. Maybe when what's his face becomes the fucking WBO champion, you can throw him in with fucking the Puerto Rican kid. But anybody else, fuck that noise. He might as well just drop that title, move up to fucking middleweight. Great point. BBC is killing it. We'll see. That they'll, since Murtazaliev and Ramos don't have opponents, PBC could do a card for free in the fall for free. Nothing what you just said makes any sense at all. The PBC doing a free card, that just fucking sounds ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. PBC with free card. I mean, that's like fucking saying right now that Mike Tyson's standing outside my door with a check for $10 million. I guarantee that's not true. I guarantee that's not true. Sean, I'm hearing Virgil versus Backroom is going to happen. Who do you favor to win if it happens? That ain't going to happen. If it does happen, hats off to Virgil Ortiz. What a fucking man. But if Virgil fights anyone, a Boots Ennis fight is way more fucking probable. That fight was already on the table. So that fight makes way more sense. In America, it sells way more. Right? Like, let's be fair. Murtazaliev is probably the best fighter at 154. But he's also unknown to fucking American fans. So if Virgil was to fight him, nobody would care. But if he was to fight Boots, that would be one of the biggest fights of the year. Well, he can't fight Virgil because Ortiz is injured, and they are talking about having Boots and Ortiz fight. Exactly. And Crawford is going to retire after Canelo. Exactly. Who's that? Serrano's sister? Hey, Estrada. Sean Granade. Andre Ward. Look at Andre Ward, a dude that caps so hard, but look at his suit. That's the worst fucking suit I've ever fucking seen. Like this other dude, I don't even know who he is with the black suit. That dude doesn't have as much money as Andre Ward has, but his suit is fucking pimped out. Andre Ward wearing some shitty green double-breasted fucking suit that fucking nobody wore since the 80s. Like, that is the worst fucking suit I've ever fucking seen. And you don't even have a fucking tie because his neck too fat. Like, come on, man. Well, that's why the PBC is trash. I agree. Moves up to 160. Yeah, that's what I said. Because at this point, you might as well just move to 160. Maybe you could get a fight with fucking the Kazakhstanian king. Because, I mean, right now, you're not getting a fight with any of these dudes. Ward is a hater. They keep their fighters inactive and make everything pay-per-view. That's what they do. And then you wonder why your fighters lose. Because they're fucking inactive. They're not fighting at their best because you're not allowing them to be fucking optimal, right? If you want boxers to be optimal, they better fight at least twice a year. At least twice a year. But if you really want them to be optimal, you probably should have them fight 3 times a year. Throw a bum-ass opponent in there as well to get rounds, but at least to fucking get them fighting 3 times a year. Like Inouye. Inouye's fighting, what, 4 times this year? Is it going to be 4 times Inouye fought in 2025? Yet all these people are going to complain and cry when Inouye becomes fighter of 2025. Of course he's going to be fighter of 2025. The dude's going to be 4-0 with 4 knockouts at the end of the fucking year. But if I'm frustrated that Murtazaliev is living off of a win over that hype job, Tim Tszyu, he ain't living off of that. That was fucking years and years of being ducked and dodged before finally getting his just due. And then fucking making a huge fucking statement, right? Nobody was calling Tim Tszyu a hype job at that point. Even after losing to Funduro, they were giving him a pass, saying that, it was the elbow, he was winning the fight, he was going to win that fight, he was better, he would have won, but that elbow fucked everything up. Well, if you're better, you should have found a fucking way to win. Just because you have a cut, who gives a fuck? Many great fighters have won fights with cuts. So, this fight, what's going to happen? Apparently, this is a catch weight, right? They're pulling Katie Taylor down in weight for this fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking at as Ron was, will make a real impact.
This is the problem. All these people are in Team Serrano.
He said, listen, my goal is to make you a millionaire within a year. And me and Jordan looked and laughed.
MVP is in the building.
Merzaliev is huge at 154 anyway. Look at you. Psh. So move up and fight Hernandez if you can't get Janibek. David, come on, man. Keep that same energy. You sound like you're just a hater towards fucking Merzaliev. Don't be a hater, brother. Don't be like all these fucking Black American content creators. You don't need to be a hater. Merzaliev, it's not his fault. He's being fucking ducked, dodged, and fucking delayed. Let's just let the dude get the opportunities he deserves. He deserves. He's the champ now. And at that division, he is the champ. Because there's no way fucking Funduro or whoever is fucking stepping in the ring with him. And they're both PBC. Ortiz, I wouldn't look past Ortiz jumping at the opportunity because he's a real OG. But as we mentioned, the fight doesn't make much sense. It's not a huge pay-per-view fight. The only reason that fight would happen is if Turki Al-Sheikh got behind it and said, yeah, Merzaliev is bad. Let's fucking have Virgil beat him, win that title, and then we'll have Virgil fight fucking Boots. Because of my understanding, Teles is going to fight someone else also, isn't he? Teles, I don't know what Teles is doing. But Teles at this point, he's kind of unknown still, right? He would be the kind of fighter you could throw in with Ramos or Lubin, a guy that's looking for an opportunity to build his brand by fighting established fighters. But right now, where's Teles? He's number 17. I mean, he's below fucking Perez, below Conwell, just ahead of Josh fucking Kelly. Callum Walsh is there as well. Good young fighter. Nikita Tszyu is right there. Like this division got a lot of fighters. I'd be happy to see Teles fight anyone. Conor Benn is number 16. Like Lubin. What has he done? Oh, he beat fucking Holmes, stopped Holmes and beat Ramos. So didn't fight in 2024. Literally, a PBC fighter did not fight in 2024. Imagine that. That's no shock or surprise to fucking anyone. Teles 10-0, 7 KOs. Currently, just coming off of that Julian Williams victory in 2025. You could expect him not to fight again until 2026. He got his one fight this year. Go to BoxRec. Every decision win Merzaliev has. Each guy has been knocked out 3 times in most cases. Knocked down? Fasting thing. What are you talking about? What fasting thing? Ramadan. Well, Ramadan is what? Over now. Wasn't that in the spring? like May. I'm not fucking Muslim, but when I am Muslim, I make sure I eat kosher pork. Tellez is going after the WBA that Bub canceled. Typical PBC move. Of course it is, right? You expect top ranked guys to go for the WBO. You expect PBC dudes to go fucking the WBA route. It's the same thing all the time. But before this fight starts, let me drop the kids off at the pool. I don't want to miss any of the rounds once it gets going. Everyone's in the house. Nice. I meant to say, man, 154-pound division is full of killers, right? And then Tellez go the distance with Julian Williams, but man, 154 division is full of killers right now. No knockouts. Every fighter Mirzalev went the distance with has been knocked out several times. So you're trying to downplay Mirzalev? Come on, man. I don't see the need to hate on the guy. He's a champion. He earned his fucking fight. He earned his chance. and he fucking more than lived up to expectation when he had the chance ahead of him. So hats off to that guy. Now let's see if any of the other fucking pussy ass champions step up and take him on. Right? We know Fundura won't, and that's an in-house PBC fight. They'd rather fucking fight Tim Zoo. So instead of fighting for unification, they'd rather chase his leftover because that makes more sense to the PBC. Because that's what the PBC does. They give you shit fights nobody fucking wanted. Pacquiao versus fucking Barrios. Really? How come fucking Barrios isn't fucking unifying with Boots Ennis? Fucking Funduro versus Tim Zoo? How come Funduro isn't fucking fighting his mandatory for the WBO title, the Puerto Rican kid? Or unifying versus Murdazaliev, and then you wouldn't get stripped because you're ducking your mandatory because you're fighting unification. So you could have been a three belt champion if you beat fucking Murdazaliev. Because these dudes rather fucking cap and act as if fucking these dudes are actually doing something in boxing, whereas they're not. And ironically, I'm not shitting on fucking any black fighters here. These are two fucking Latino fighters, both PBC. But people are going to say, you hate the PBC because you're racist. Oh, so now I'm racist towards Latinos. Because you'd have to keep that same energy, right? Has nothing, it's because Al Heyman's black. What does fucking Al Heyman have to do with anything? I could care less what color fucking Al Heyman is. What matters is what Al Heyman's fucking promotional company does. And I don't even know if Al Heyman fucking runs or rules fucking the PBC anymore. But what they're doing is fucking jack shit. Inactive fighters, not enough fight cards, bullshit fucking pay-per-views. All because they're trying to fucking rinse boxing fans for cash. They're talking too long for the introductions. Yeah, they always do that, but that was okay. It gave me a chance to fucking drop the kids off at the pool. So perfect. Perfecto. Now we get the shit going.
Si te digo que en ti no pensarlo, quisiera saber lo que estás haciendo. Te amo pero no sabes culparlo.
Whoa.
Me robaste el corazón con mi mano. Esto que siento por ti no puedes negar.
That girl looks like she's about 4'8" with a baby in the belly. It ain't mine. My water broke. Have the baby in the ring. I don't know if I should do that. YouTube is gonna fucking out me for having music. Sorry, it was live. It was for everyone to listen to. I can barely hear the announcer. How's it sound on your end? Well, I don't have the volume on. New York Knicks dancers. I'm frustrated because he's not trying to fight his mandatory. I'm not really a fan of Lubin. He'll fight Lubin. It's the fucking IBF. The IBF will make it so you can't not fight him. But then at the same day, when he knocks out Lubin, people are going to say, okay, you knocked out a guy that always gets knocked out. Congratulations. So is the fix in? Is Serrano going to get the win because the promoter is fucking walking out with her? Like, that's a little biased. Obviously, we know who he's supporting. Jake Paul got the fix in. Let's go, Katie. Taylor. I want to see Taylor put on a dominant performance. Yep, seems like it, Sean. Well, and they could justify it, right? If she wins, even if it's controversial, they're just going to say, oh, yeah, but the other two fights were close too, and Taylor got those two. So it's only fair that Serrano got the third one. So the chances of Taylor getting today's victory is very slim. I would say it's probably around a 24% chance of Taylor getting the win in today's fight. Lubin has a small fan base. Wonder how much Murzalia would get paid for fighting him. Not much. Not much, right? And I guess it depends on the promotional team. But obviously, he'd get like probably 60%, and Lubin will get 40% of the purse. Didn't the IBF order Murzalia of Lubin? That's what I've heard. I'm going for Taylor now just because Serrano came out to Bad Bunny song. See, I don't even get that reference. I know Bad Bunny, but was that the girl singing just now? Because I don't even know who she is. I've heard the name, but I'm so out of pop culture nowadays in America. Elvis. Elvis singing. She did the Milli Vanilli. Taylor would not have to knock her out to win or just dominate, but we know better. Well, yeah. It's frozen. Why is it frozen? Come on, people. I said this was going to happen. Ireland, Ireland, Ireland. Uh, isn't Ireland only being represented by Muslim boxers now, drunk Irishmen? I thought the country is taken over by the Muslims, the Muslim invasion. Didn't you guys like build a wall to keep Muslims out? Oh no, sorry, wasn't that the Romans that built the wall? They got to like rebuild that fucking wall. The Muslim hordes are taking over the world. I just saw somebody get angry at the airport because somebody was fucking eating food during Ramadan in Malaysia. It's like, man, I wish somebody would get mad at me for eating food in Ramadan in Malaysia. I'll be like, go fuck yourself. Do I look like a Muslim? Shh. I'm gonna be fucking eating pork sausages, man. Fucking a whole fist of them. Come close to me, I'm gonna jam that fucking sausage so far down your throat. And I have nothing against Muslims. One of my good friends is a Muslim. I'd be curious to see what his perspective of the world is right now. The Germans built a wall too. Oh, really? Was it the Germans or the Russians? Charlo needs to grow some balls and fight Murzalia. Well, Charlo, if he comes back, he's going to fight the winner of Funduro and fucking Tim Tszyu, preferably Tim Tszyu. Or maybe you'll fight Thurman, but he ain't going to fight Murzalia. Never. Never fucking ever. No chance. And that guy coming back, what's the chances of that happening? Like they were talking about him and his brother both coming back now, and people hyping up the PBC. You're hyping up the PBC for bringing back two refugee fighters. Next is going to be Errol fucking Spence. I mean, who gives a fuck? The Berlin Wall, they tore it down in the late 80s or early 90s. Yes, I know. I've been there. Or what's left. I was disappointed that there's not more. I think it'd be nice if there was more just for context. So we could really see which side was where and, what it was like to be a spy. And I could have like snuck around with my trench coat flapped up. Being on the down low. I would have loved to see some tunnels and stuff kept as well. Right? I think that stuff is interesting. Like historically, all the books I've read about the Cold War, it'd be great to go to Berlin and see a lot of that stuff. But unfortunately, it's all gone. Most of it. Oh, yes, this fight is not going to fucking show. It would be cool, right? Because I mean, you could read all these books, hook, line, and fucking what was it? Hook, line, and sinker from the English writer and all kinds of other ones, and then you go there and you got like fucking one little segment of the wall. You got a couple booths, right? One Russian, one fucking American, with like a little small area. Yeah, I think you should have played that up. You could have had tours and all kinds of things. Man, Netflix is fucking broken. I knew that was going to happen. Right now, my fucking computer is doing the dreaded red circle at 25%. So, guaranteed we're not going to get to see the Serrano fucking Taylor fight. But Netflix, man, you knew this was going to happen. And I wonder what Clarissa Shields is going to say now that they're going to say, well, they weren't headlining the fight. Well, they're headlining this fight, bitch. And this fight card is doing huge, gargantuan numbers on Netflix. And you could have been there. But your greedy, selfish, fucking entitled ass shot yourself in the foot. Congratulations. Thurman is trying to fight Boots. Boots should beat his ass, knock him out. Hope he's serious, because I would love to see Boots retire him. Me too. My Netflix is doing fine this time. It's fucked up on the Tyson fight, like yours is doing. Yeah, mine's still stuck at 25%. What to do, what to do. It started.
She weighed in at 135, 20 pounds. She holds a professional record of 24 victories.
Look at you. Stop bragging. What? Shut up.
Coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of pride.
I hope she wins and retires. 25-1. 25-1. Look at Eddie. Eddie been out of the fucking limelight for this fight, right? MVP is like, shh.
Champion of the world, and tonight she is the current, the reigning, and the founding, undisputed super lightweight champion of the world, the pride of the Emperor, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor.
Let's go, Katie. Let's do it. Let's up it from fucking the last two fights. I was disappointed with your performance.
Wearing the white and red trunks with black trim. She stands 5 feet, 5'11" inches tall. She weighed in at 136 pounds. She holds a professional record of 47 victories versus 3 defeats and 1 draw. With 31 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights Carolina, Puerto Rico.
Crowd's off the hook. I wonder if Shields could get a crowd like that.
Introducing the first ever male or female Puerto Rican undisputed world champion. No, she's the only Puerto Rican undisputed world champion. Boricuas de pie ante su campeona. Amanda, the real deal.
Steal Evander Holyfield's name. Only one real deal, and that was Evander Holyfield. These women need to come up with their own names. Oh, let's do it.
Okay, bouncers, received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Oh yeah, let's do it, ladies. 10 million reasons. These ladies are killing it financially. Biggest trilogy in women's boxing history. Taylor, already the fucking most accomplished female boxer in history. On the biggest card, biggest women's fucking card ever. Let's do it. Round 25. Oh no, sorry, round 21. Only 10 round fights, right? Here we go. Let's see what adjustments and changes these two ladies made this fight. They wasted no time. Nobody even threw a fucking punch really legitimately yet. But listen to the cap from fucking the commentators. They're both doing what you expect in the first round. Both feeling themselves out. Both cautious. Even though they've been in the ring fucking 20 rounds already. How much adjustments has either one been able to make? Now they just don't want to overcommit and be fucking capitalized on. Round one. Who are you going to give that round to? I think maybe Taylor landed a right hand. So maybe she gets the round because of a right hand. Serrano didn't really land anything. So, you know, for the first part of that round, only at the end she started to become a little more aggressive in her stance. So I think round one you got to give to Taylor, but really, in truth, you probably should fucking just have it a 9-9 round or 10-10, however they do that. So let me ask you this: if you think there's a path to victory for Pacquiao Barros, Mario ain't that durable. He's been knocked out to the body, not a great chin either. Man, Pacquiao's 46 fucking years old. Come on. Pacquiao might look good in the first 3 or 4 rounds, and after that, he's gonna fall apart and fucking start to get embarrassed and beat up and just eating fucking way too many right hands and too many jabs from the longer, younger, fresher fighter. Round two. Oh, counter left from Taylor. Not much on it, but scoring point. My video is trash. Little right hand by Taylor. A little right hand short. Oh, that punch maybe landed from Serrano. Oh, nice counter from Taylor. That's it. Taylor wants Serrano to jump in so she can counter. And Serrano, the aggressive puncher, how much longer can she fucking be out of range? Another like left hook from Taylor. I think this is what Taylor should have always done. Move, frustrate her, wait for her to jump in, and then counter punch her with clean, effective punches. She get inside, hold her, take away her momentum. Yeah, Taylor won that round. That round, of course, had a little more action, but still not a lot. Worst first round of the day. I got Pac-Man, Gen X, baby. Hey, I would love Manny to win. But you got to be fucking realistic and fucking rational. Let's go, Katie. I got you up 2-0. And that's not bad in a fucking 10-round fight. If you come out and get the first 2 rounds, that's putting you in a fucking good position. Round 3. They gave that round to Serrano. I don't know how you could give the round to Serrano. Now they're just trying to be fair. Cater Taylor did more in that round than fucking Serrano did. She landed effective punches. Serrano's short. There you go. Right hand to the head from Taylor. Two jabs to the head from Taylor. Maybe a body shot from Serrano. Nice combination from Taylor. Nice right hand, Taylor. Nice combination from Taylor. Oh, Taylor. Big round for Taylor. Big rounds. On my card, Taylor up 3 rounds, and that round was a big round. I'm sick fuck. I got money on Mario. All air from Serrano so far. That was a good round. Taylor capitalizing on Serrano getting fucking overly aggressive. That's the thing, right? Serrano's a knockout puncher. She's not a fucking slick boxer. She's a good boxer, obviously. But like with her, you keep moving. She gonna get frustrated. She gonna fucking get a little wild trying to get inside to land her shots. That's when you fucking capitalize on her. Boom, 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 boom. Get out. Hold. Move. Turn. Right? She's not a one who's gonna try to stand on the outside and outbox you. She wanna get in there and beat your ass. Land big power fucking shots. So you know fucking she's chomping at the bit. Round 4. And these 10-round fights go fast. So you just need to fucking keep doing that and keep banking those rounds. Look, they gave Serrano that fucking round. How could you give Serrano round fucking 3? Like literally, how could you give Serrano round 3? Like Serrano got hit combination punches on 2 occasions. Lucky if she landed any fucking really effective punches in those combinations. But they got Serrano fucking winning those 2 rounds. Round 2 and round 3. It's like, really? What the fuck are you watching? But you knew this was going to happen. You knew the fix is in. And Katie Taylor going to have to like fucking knock her out to get the victory. So far, Kaylee Taylor is controlling fucking ring generalship. She's landing the cleaner shots. The fight's at her pace. Literally, everything is going her way so far. That could change, but so far, everything is in her favor. Nice body shot from Taylor. Like after four rounds, Taylor's face is clean, and she's the Irish girl, so you know she hasn't got hit with anything clean. Whereas fucking the Puerto Rican girl already fucking showing marks and abrasions, and she's Puerto Rican, right? So that tells you a lot, man. But what do you guys think? After 4 rounds, who you got winning? I think maybe you could give fucking Serrano 1 round out of 4. 1 round. But to say that Serrano's winning, what the fuck are you watching? Because this is not the way Serrano wants the fight to go. What's Jake doing in her corner? So they can run over and fucking rat fucking competition to the other corner? Like, think about that. Why is he listening to fucking Taylor's corner? Like, look at Serrano's face. She already fucking got marked up. Round 5. Nice shot from Taylor. Right hand down the middle. They say she only landed 20 shots to fucking Serrano's 19. I have not seen Serrano land 19 fucking punches yet. She's come up short a lot. Right hand from Taylor. That's why I say I always felt Taylor could win just by outboxing her. So far, this fight's been easy work compared to the fights before. Boom, right hand again. Serrano's fucking getting hit by that right hand all fucking day. Check left, Taylor. Serrano short again. She's been short almost all this fight on her punches. Nice right hand from Taylor. Hold, get her in the ring, get out. There you go. Easy work, man. Easy fucking work. Easy work. Taylor is fucking winning this fight easily. The way I thought she should have won the first 2 fights. Never landed a headbutt yet because this fight is not going the way Serrano wants it. Serrano chasing her, ineffective, short on the majority of her punches. When she jumps in, she's getting countered with right hands fucking right down the pipe. That's why her face is marking up. That's why she's showing fucking that she's getting hit. Taylor, the white girl, you could fucking blow on her and she'd fucking be like broken down. Taylor's hands much quicker. Yep. Taylor's winning easy, man. Like this fight out of all the fights so far is the easiest to give Taylor. I have to like work hard to give Serrano one round because she's not won a round. Like she hasn't won a round. I can give her a round, but she hasn't went out there and made me go, oh yeah, that's a round for her, right? Not one yet. And we're going into round fucking 6. Soon the fight's going to be done. Like another 2 rounds, and only fucking cheating scoring is going to give Serrano a win. Look, they gave Serrano that round, right? They think Serrano's winning after 5 rounds. And I'm like, what the fuck are you people watching? There you go, another right hand. Taylor hit her with that right hand all fucking day. All day. Has Serrano landed a crisp, clean fucking punch yet? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. But I've yet to see her land a real clean shot. In those exchanges, you could say it's even. Nobody landed anything significant. Nice body shot from Serrano. Probably the best thing she's done in this fight is land body shots, and like 3 or 4 of them. So not even significant. There you go, Taylor. Nice left hand, check left. Getting on the way out. I don't see Serrano winning this fight. Not even close. Marshall lost. Yeah, it was a competitive fight, close fight. The live odds still have Taylor as the underdog for the same reason. For some reason. Yeah, because the fix is in, right? Like, Taylor is not losing this fight. Like, you look at her, she's barely fucking got hit. But they must have known coming into New York on the trilogy fight. That's what happened all night. All night that right hand is hit. Now show me a good shot Serrano landed. Another right hand, a headbutt because of Serrano. So one right hand from Taylor, one headbutt from Serrano. Serrano fucking initiated that headbutt. So in that round, again, Serrano lost. And I'm more than happy to give Serrano credit if Serrano's winning rounds, but she's not. Of course, they're going to have Serrano up by 2 points because they're fucking biased as fuck. Yeah, look, Serrano up by 2. How the fuck is Serrano up by 2? What round has Serrano won? What has she done to dictate anything in this fight yet? Taylor got a cut on her face, but that's probably more from fucking the headbutt from anything else. Taylor's landed more punches, but then she's 2 rounds behind. Explain that to me. Round 7. Like, no clean punches landed from Serrano there. Short punches. Short again. Taylor landed a right. Taylor landed a right. I don't know how you give Serrano a round. Yeah, I think the official Jake Paul fucking he's scoring from his phone. I'm rooting for Serrano, but if she wins, it's going to be a clear robbery. Like, how many rounds, Ant, do you think Serrano won in this fight so far after a seven rounds? I would say I could give her two, but I'm giving her two. She hasn't won two. She hasn't clearly fucking won 2 rounds where I could walk away going, oh yeah, she won those rounds. No, I give those rounds to her because I'm looking for potentially reason where she might be able to get some rounds, and I know the scorecards aren't always gonna fucking say Taylor's winning, but she ain't winning fucking rounds. 7 rounds, and I got her down 5-2. At this point, like, I don't see how she could win the fight. Taylor win one more round on my card, and it's fucking clear. Round 8. Like, I mean, Serrano hasn't hurt Taylor in this fight, not like the first 2 fights, right? Like, she hasn't really been effective at all. The first 2 fights, you could say, were pretty competitive. She had moments where she was doing well. She looked like maybe she was going to be able to win the fight, right? Even there, she landed a jab, got hit by a right. Ate a jab, missed her fucking counter shot. Like, Serrano just hasn't been aggressive as much as she needed to be to win this fight. But it's probably because she knew she don't have to fucking do anything to get the fucking decision. They owe me. Like, even if you say aggressiveness, what aggressiveness? Not effective aggressiveness. She just ate a jab right off the forehead. Not such a clean shot, but at least, I mean, it landed. Oh, there she goes. She landed a big swooping left hand. So that's one punch she landed out of 4 or 5 from Taylor. Great fucking counter shot from Taylor on the left. Like the cleanest shot of the whole fucking round. Like, people talk about masterclass boxing. That's what Taylor's doing today. You may say it's boring. It might not be what you like, but literally against a dangerous opponent like Serrano, she learned from the first 2 fights. She came out, and that's what she's done this fight. And this has clearly been easy work. Easy work. Easy work. Easy fucking work. Fight is trash. You say it's trash because the woman you like is losing. Katie's winning the fight off the back foot, but it's much less entertaining than the first 2 fights. Yeah, because Taylor's outboxing her easily. That's why I'm saying it's easy work. The first 2 fights were far more entertaining. True. But what I said in this fight, Taylor, just go out and fucking outbox her. You don't need to make these fights tough. You don't need to be in wars like you were the first 2 fights. And that's what she's doing. She's winning easy. The mark on Taylor's face is from that headbutt. Yeah. There you go. You land a punch, you got hit by a right. You landed a big looping shot, and then you got countered. Like, do you wish Clarissa Shield was an announcer for this fight? Oh, I don't know if I'd want that. Even though Clarissa Shield might be more honest as far as breaking down the fight. Round 9, I think Taylor already won, right? Round 9 and 10, to me, she could lose both these rounds and fucking win the fight. I don't think she will, but I think she could. Right? They gave Serrano that round, right? Because of a looping fucking open-handed fist. Like, come on, man. She ain't dictating. Shh. Oh, give me a break. Serrano landed 7 punches. What 7 punches did Serrano fucking land in that last fucking fight? Taylor with the left. Like, these judges, these fucking people putting that fake score up there, all they're going to do is make Puerto Rican fans fucking angry and feel that Serrano was robbed if Taylor beats her. What do you mean? Look at the scorecards. They had Serrano winning easily. This is the most aggressive that Serrano's been in round 9. In round 9, she's being aggressive. What happened to the first 8 rounds of the fight, where she's mostly just trailing fucking Taylor, being short on most of her punches? Now in round 9, she's coming out to be aggressive. Round 9. And she's going to get hit probably more now that she's being aggressive. Right hand. This has been easy work for Taylor. Masterclass. Fucking Serrano being gifted with phantom punches. Easy work. That's why Jake Paul's sitting there looking depressed. Because he knows fucking Serrano's getting fucking outboxed. He ain't even excited. He's like literally sitting there. He ain't jumping up, fucking being like, yeah. He's like sitting like this. Because he knows, even if fucking the cheating judges give fucking Serrano the fight, she didn't win. No way Serrano wins this. She's going to need a knockout. Yeah. Like, Serrano is fucking being outclassed easily. This has been the easiest fight out of all 3 for fucking Taylor. She's won hands down. It hasn't been fucking difficult. She never got hurt fucking at all in this fight. I mean, Serrano's power has been fucking nowhere. Taylor's face, perfect. Round 10. You ain't winning, though. Even if you get this decision, it's more to do with politics than fucking legitimacy. You just got countered with the right hand again. Taylor's right hand has been the best punch of the fight, this fight. And you're going to make it a draw? Oh, my God. You cannot, nice body shot from Taylor. You cannot tell me, because she's throwing more punches. She's not even close with fucking 90% of her punches. Like, she's short, throwing punches out there, but not even being close to fucking landing. Like a foot away. Look at that, a foot away with the jab. 2 punches, a foot away. 2 punches, didn't land. Boom, left hand counter. Like, the woman that should retire after this fight is Serrano, because she did not look good at all. We can do Cameron Taylor fucking 3 for undisputed belts. Or maybe throw her in with fucking Baumgartner, just for somebody new. Taylor fucking destroys Baumgartner. Like, Serrano's throwing punches and fucking a mile away fucking for most of them. Not even trying to land punches. Right hand from Taylor. Taylor again with the right hand. Easy work. Easy work. Well, that probably is what killed Marshall. I didn't realize she hasn't fought in 2 years. That's definitely probably why she lost. That's why I say they need to do a rematch in the UK. Man, if Taylor doesn't win this fight, it's a travesty. A travesty. Because that was easy work. Easy work, man. Taylor fucking outboxed her easily. I'm not surprised. They're only trying to show fucking highlights from Serrano. Katie won easy. Easy. It was easy work. Easiest fight out of the three. She chose to outbox her. She did it. Serrano missed fucking 90 fucking percent of her punches by this much. She was afraid to commit because she was getting countered. To say this fight is a draw, give me a break.
The number one metric in judging professional boxing is which of the two fighters landed the cleaner, more effective punches.
Taylor.
When you're looking at that metric chart, it's determined by one or two clean, effective punches. And of course, the unofficial scorecard. We live. For those of you watching this back on the
Taylor won. Easy work. Look for the robbery.
Absolutely. Just a wonderful moment, a wonderful atmosphere, and everything that Katie Taylor and Matt Serrano have done for women's boxing, elevating women's boxing. A whole world is watching tonight, and now they know women's boxing is here. Women's boxing is
Yeah.
here.
Serrano punching air all fucking night. Like, she was afraid to fucking get into range to land punches because she knew she'd get hit. 7-3, easily. That's my scorecard. And that's being generous. And look for fucking them to give Taylor the loss, losing 7-3.
After 10 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judge Mark Lyson sees the contest 95-95. While judges Nicholas Isnelt and Steve Weisfeld see the contest 97-93. Declaring your winner.
Taylor.
Decision. And Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. She beat you easy, Serrano. Easy. Easy. Easy, she beat you. Easy work. You think you won that fight, but out of all the fights, that's the last fight you could think you won. Yeah, she beat you easily. Easy work, man. 97-93. That ain't a shock. That's a fact. The judge had it fucking a draw. That dude in the bag. And even they couldn't fucking justify Serrano with the win. Even they couldn't justify Serrano with the win. $25-1. No, she outboxed her, right? Why make it difficult for yourself? Especially when you're on the road in a fucking hostile fight territory. You went in there and you did what you knew you were gonna do. Easily fucking outbox her. Easy. Yeah, you got $10 million in the last two fights. So, thank you, Katie Taylor. You made me rich. You made me rich. And Serrano's sister, you can't talk because Katie Taylor fucking destroyed you. Destroyed you. You weren't even in the same fucking class. So, you know, go back to fucking doing what we know you're doing. Scissoring all night long. But like whoever fucking somehow feels that fucking Taylor lost is mental.
Well, Wayne, first off, your immediate thoughts and feelings after that battle.
First of all, I just want to thank God for an amazing victory. Thank you, Jesus. I needed a lot of help, a lot of strength today. And you're not thanking me, people already saying you want to pray for me for this particular fight. And that needs to be strength since I've been here. And I just want to thank you for this round. I love the amazing fighter. We made history again 3 times. And it's such an historic fight. It's such a privilege to share it with you. We're history makers forever. My name is Abel. I'm this forever. I'm so happy about that.
As you should be, one judge had it a draw. It was obviously very close. We see a nice embrace here by the two warriors. We'll get to Amanda in a moment. Katie, did you feel like you had done enough to win the fight before you heard the scorecards?
Yeah, I thought I obviously know what I was very, very smart, very well. I wasn't catching me with much tonight. But it's always a very close complex thing. Sometimes it's hard to tell from each round.
Fucking goat.
It was a beautiful measured performance. Unofficially, you both landed the exact amount of punches, a different kind of output than the last fight. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, I was obviously kind of going here, like discipline and smart. I kind of did it 2 times, so I wasn't super good like that. Both my kids able to execute the game plan very well. With my team, don't let us have teams. That's what I was trying to do. But I just want to give so much respect for Amanda. She's just a lot of work. Thank you so much.
And Katie, can I just ask, I mean, what a crowd, what a reception here for you. It sounds like we're in the 3 Arena right now. It is so loud. The amount of support that you are getting here in New York. What does this all mean to you as you approach the latter stage of your career?
I can't tell you what it means to me. I spent my hard-earned money to go on supporting the box fans. I just love you. I love my country. And anytime I step in here, I represent my country, represent every single one of you guys. So I thank you so much.
Well, it also sounds like we're in San Juan at the same time. Amanda, if you don't mind coming right over here, if I can ask you a quick question or two about the performance. What did you think about the fight and ultimately about the scorecard?
Trying something different. It was all my work this morning. I'm trying to keep my distance, trying not to go in there and fight with her because.
And that's how you lost.
Fight, so I'm trying to just stick with the long punches, the 1-2s.
But you're short on everything tonight.
The drum jacks are even. I gotta come to the round. I don't know. Honestly, I have to go back and see if my team said I won. I don't understand what my team tells me.
Of course, they're going to tell you you won.
Trying to apply it in the ring. So, but I really want to thank you for every single one of you coming out and supporting women's boxing. And it was a truly an amazing night for us, all of us women. And I'm crying because you guys support us women. And thanks to all of you who are able to show up skills. You know, be able to have this great platform for women. Thank you so much. And thank you to Keith and J. Paul. You changed my life. You changed all these women's lives. Thank you to Netflix for allowing us women to showcase our skills, to showcase that we're warriors. We can fight, we can sell, and we look good doing it. Thank you, MSG, once again for allowing us to sell out your beautiful place. It's always an honor to fight here, to fight in New York. And I am a proud boricua, proud Latina. Mi isla te quiero mucho, te veo mañana todavía. Paseo con ustedes, te quiero mucho. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you, Katie Taylor, for incredible 3 fights and incredible 30 rounds. It's been truly an honor, and it's been amazing to be with front of them. We did it, baby. We did it. We made history. Once again, thanks to all of you guys. We did it. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Thank you guys and love you all.
And you should be very proud of yourself as well. I mean, Katie, will end with you. You both said before the fight, we're done. We're not going to do it a fourth time. And obviously, a story going into this is how many more great fights you have left. Can you confirm that you will keep going after this?
I don't know, but I just don't fight months around. I got to go to her.
Once again, New York City, Madison Square Garden.
I'm not sure how much people fit into MSG. I'm not sure if they have the whole thing filled or what the case was. But obviously, great for women's boxing. Success. And yeah, Taylor fucking deserved that win. Easy. Fucking GOAT. The GOAT. I mean, let's just put this in context. I mean, because I know people don't want to give her fucking credit either because she's white. I mean, Cooper Flagg, Kaylin Clark, Katie Taylor, any of these people, Usyk, Lomachenko, Anui, fucking Golovkin. We don't want to give these people credit because unfortunately they just don't look right? And it comes down to looks, unfortunately. But when you look at Katie Taylor and what this woman has done in her short career, 26 professional fights, 26 and 1, 6 KOs, right? We date back to the beginning of her career. Her first fight, she fought a girl who was 7, 14, and 3. Her next fight, 9 and 1, 6 and 6, 9, 7 and 1, and then Nina Menke. Only 5 and 0, but Nina Menke obviously is a top level opponent. Then 4 and 8, and then after that you fought a girl 17 and 2. Then you fought Jessica McCaskill. We know who Jessica McCaskill is, an undisputed welterweight champion, 5 and 1. Then Bustos 18 and 4, and then Hamby 13 3 and 2, Cindy Serrano 27 5 and 2, Wallstrom 22 0 and 1, Volante 14 and 0, Pursoon 43 and 1, Lindenau 12 and 1, Pursoon 44 and 2, Miriam Gutierrez 13 and 0, Natasha Jonas 9 1 and 1, Jennifer Hahn 18 3 and 1, Sharapova 14 and 1, Amanda Serrano 42 and 1 and 1, Carbajal 19 and 0, Cameron 17 and 0, Cameron 18 and 0, Serrano 47 2 and 1, Serrano 47 3 and 1. Like, no woman in boxing history has a resume, or probably will ever, for the foreseeable future, have a resume nearly as good as Katie Taylor's. The shit's off the hook. And if she is to fight Baumgardner next, that would be fucking another great win. If she was to trilogy Cameron, that would be a fucking great win. Obviously, Cameron was on this card today. She won. There's 2 great opponents sitting right there for her, which are fucking huge fucking opponents. She's 1 and 1 with Cameron, getting the only woman to beat her, to go in there and beat her a second time to confirm that you are better than she is. And then, of course, Baumgardner, who's one of the hottest fighters in the sport, right? I mean, the shit's off the wall. Taylor is the GOAT, for sure. Oh, yeah, I know it's relevant to boxing, but in your opinion, Scott Fraser, he's a terrible ref. I'm Latino, and I give Taylor all the credit in the world, Sean. She's greatness. I love all fights, all races. I'm not biased at all like a lot of these LWC dudes. Quote, I watched my first women's fight tonight with Katie and Serrano. Nothing to write home about. I will say Katie's ring IQ runs circles around Serrano. And to be fair, Angry Mexican, this was the most boring of the 2 fights. The other 2, because Taylor went in there and really pushed forward, were fucking great fights. You should have saw those 2 fights because they were legendary women's matchups. Serrano looks like she is boxing her imaginary friend most of the time. Exactly. She was literally fucking this far, 6 inches off everything. Like, her range today was terrible. Happy, says Irish, number 1. Happy days. It was a great performance from fucking Taylor. Let's hear what these two people have to say.
Rounds in those 60 minutes. And we can just, let's just shut down this robbery nonsense right now. We saw 3 spectacular fights. All 3 could have gone either way. The winner tonight, yes, was
Not that third fight. That couldn't have went any other way.
They give us 3 incredible fights. I love how they both try to make adjustments in this third fight, which is great to see because it showed a different IQ, a different skill level. And as you said, no matter what women's boxing won tonight, Katie Taylor and Nana Serrano have changed the sport of women's boxing. And it's just so amazing to see. And Jake Paul and Akisa are all in that women's boxing, and I'm excited to see what's next.
You were part of it. You helped this build as much as anybody else.
But why are you retired now? She literally retired just as women's boxing is making money. I don't pay attention to all of that. It's the same as watching football, soccer. I know there's some people that people really hate and are critical of. I don't pay attention. I don't care. I don't pay too much attention to the boxing refs. I don't pay too much to the NBA refs or the football, soccer refs. It is what it is. I hate all of them equally. What are you gonna say, fucking Ward? You're gonna praise Taylor as fucking master class?
She fought her heart out, and it didn't go her way any of the 3 times. But you can't take that away from Katie Taylor and knock her because she's done her part in this rivalry. And tonight, both ladies did what we said they needed to do. Fight smart. That means less action, less punches thrown, but also they take those punches, but throwing the right punches and landing enough punches to get the nod. Katie Taylor did that tonight.
Yes. Amanda Serrano is a very special fighter. She said coming into this fight.
Yes. Katie Taylor did do that tonight, Andre Ward. Tim Cheatham, perfect name. Dwayne Ford, Tim Cheatham are so bad, though, you almost got to notice. Well, I know Cheatham's name. I know their names, right? But vaguely. I don't pay that too much attention. But, David, did you watch Cooper Flagg's performance yesterday against LeBron's son? Layla Ali's eyes are beaming. Layla Ali, man, she was the originator, right? She's the one that really helped sell women's boxing to begin with. Obviously, there's a big lag in between her until you end up getting somebody that actually could carry it afterwards. But she's definitely the one, thanks to her father, right, who definitely helped it. Shakur fighting tomorrow. Yes, he is, Greg Anderson. That fight is tomorrow on Netflix, right? Not Netflix, sorry, on the Zone. No, I don't follow basketball that close in reality. Okay. Yeah, like the big fight is tomorrow. I think I already paid for the pay-per-view. Tomorrow. Berlanga, Shiraz, Stevenson, Cepeda. Also in New York, so it's a fucking huge week in New York boxing. I thought I already paid for that. I thought it was a double header I paid for, but oh well. No DAZN pay-per-view. That left hook was on point for Katie. Yes, it was. Tomorrow's card is starting earlier than usual, by the way. Really? I hate those early cards. Today I woke up at like 8:30 and I looked and fucking already like 4 fights from this card already happened. I'm like, what? I thought it was starting at 8 o'clock. I figured I would have missed one. I walked the dog. I missed two. 2 fights I'm not too worried about. Dude, Bolshakor, Cepeda, uh, Usyk, Dubois are pay-per-view. That's bullshit. Ah, man. What do you expect for fucking big cards? I mean, PBC's been doing that fucking for years. So if you were hating on PBC, then you can hate on this as well. But it's no shock or surprise. When you're getting tons of boxing, there's going to be a cost, inevitably. Inevitably. What's it costing me in Taiwan? Probably not too much money. I thought I got like double headers last time with like a, but maybe I got the Usyk fight instead. I can't remember. The fact that they make me jump through all these fucking things. How come you just can't pay per pay-per-view on the fucking app? Obviously, that makes more sense. The Bob Father never does pay-per-views. That's true, but people still hate the Bob Father. Ah, didn't I already pay for fucking Usyk Dubois? I'm sure last time I paid for two things because they got like the double header thing. And I'm pretty sure I paid for two. But in Taiwan, what's the cost? $24. So $24, unless it's absolutely huge. That's true. Turkey is like the PBC where that pertains to. How much is Usyk Dubois? Well, for me, it's $24. I'm off, Sean. Catch you later. Later, bacon and eggs. Have a good Saturday. Sean, this trilogy is similar to Canelo versus GG. The first fight probably could have gone to GG, but Canelo was the one who was able to make the adjustments like Taylor. That's true, right? Canelo definitely made adjustments in the second fight, fought completely different. And then the third fight, it's a little different. It would have been equivalent to these girls fighting maybe 3 years from now. Later, how do you rank Usyk among all-time great heavyweights? Obviously, Usyk doesn't have the long resume in heavyweight division, right? But obviously, he's either the number one or number two cruiserweight of all time, depending on who you prefer, Evander or Usyk. We saw Evander move into the heavyweight division, had a great career, but wasn't nearly as dominant as Usyk has been. Usyk literally has 2 victories versus AJ, 2 victories fucking versus Fury, is going to get 2 victories versus fucking Dubois, right? Plus Chisora. Those 7 heavyweight matchups right there are historic. If he beats Dubois and then goes on and beats Parker or Fury in a trilogy or whatever they're going to do, he's definitely one of the best heavyweights of all time. With his limited resume, would I put him in the top 10 of all time? I need to do some research and see. Usyk Fury 3 is going to be the same result. Yeah, I think so. But I mean, and I don't even know why Fury would push for that trilogy fight. He might as well just fight AJ. The only reason he doesn't want to fight AJ is because he wants to be the best fighter from the UK. And if he does fight AJ and gets beat, then that's gone as well. So maybe he figures it's better to lose to Usyk, who already beat AJ 2 times. And you say, yeah, I lost to him, but he already beat AJ 2 times. So it's not like I lost to anybody, really. We will see. But there you go, women's boxing card. The biggest female boxing card in history just happened today. Taylor got the trilogy, 3-0 versus Serrano. I mean, you might not like fucking women's boxing. You might not like Katie Taylor, but that shit is fucking historic. And that's all you can say. For the haters, are you streaming tomorrow? Yes, I am. I will be here. I have a theory now that having a hometown fight is not the best idea based off the latest results. Well, historically, that's been true for boxing, right? Not so much for other sports, but for boxing, it always seems like the hometown fights somehow never quite work out the way you would think they do. Fury Joshua is the new Brooke Khan. Yeah, and it should happen. Real fight card tomorrow. Cool. If Usyk beats Dubois, Parker, Cabial, Etume, he wins enough, then Opataya, Usyk would go down as the best fighter in the last 30 years in any weight class. Look at you. Dubois, Parker, Cabial, Utoma, Usyk, Opataya. So he's got to fight everybody, but those guys don't got to fight anybody. Once again, David with the bad takes. But I'm going to go feed the dog, brush my teeth, and go buy another coffee and watch NBA Summer League just to see what all these young boys are doing. And tonight we're going out for chicken and beer. So that should be fun. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the Zones card. Shiraz Berlanga, Shakur versus Zepeda. See you there. Peace out. Have a good one, everyone.